And we do it all because we're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
Celebrating 50 years as Apopka's hometown station. 1520 WBZW. Apopka, Orlando. Community events, financial news, weather, traffic, and more.
A service of Salem Media Group.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. There was a vigil attended by thousands in Brussels today in remembrance of the 31 people killed and some 270 wounded in the terrorist bombs yesterday. Lisa Cammers is heartened to see the people of Brussels bonding together and moving forward after yesterday's atrocity.
I think everyone can agree that this is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. I think that's all there is left to say about it. And this reaction, I think it's wonderful.
Meanwhile, correspondent Danica Kirka reports investigators are relentlessly hunting for the suspects in the Belgium and Paris attacks.
The authorities believe that they know the identity of some of the other people involved in the attacks, and they're searching for them right now. Photos are circulating around the city. There is a massive manhunt underway.
The suspected bomb maker in the Paris attacks was one of two suicide bombers who died in the Brussels airport blast. The Islamic State group has trained at least 400 fighters to target Europe in deadly waves of attacks. The Associated Press has learned that the goal is to deploy interlocking terror cells like the ones that struck Brussels and Paris, with orders to choose the time, place, and method for the most bloodshed. Officials, including European and Iraqi intelligence officials, are describing camps in Syria, Iraq, and possibly the former Soviet bloc where attackers are trained to strike against the West. The Supreme Court heard arguments today in the Little Sisters of the Poor lawsuit against the Obama administration over forced contraception coverage in the president's health care law. Attorney Mark Rienzi says there are other options available to women who want birth control.
All the Little Sisters are asking today is that the government uses all of its other programs to provide the services it wants.
The court seems split 4-4 today, with the conservative justices supporting the arguments of the Little Sisters of the Poor, while the 4 liberal judges seem to support the Obama administration. A 4-4 tie would uphold 4 appeals court rulings in favor of the Obama administration. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-936-5348. That's 1-800-936-5348. Call 1-800-936-5348.
Tonight! I'm not on the main screen because Jason didn't look at my messages. But anyway, tonight! $149 for 3 hours. Sounds like OBT, but it's actually the Magic Kingdom. Nick and I are probably buying a 5-night resort package just for Magic bands. And we're going to be screaming at each other as March Madness begins. You've read WDW News Today. Now you'll listen to WDW News Tonight.
Live from Orlando, Florida, this is WDW News Tonight. Now, here's your host, Tom Corliss.
There's my name. There we go. Welcome to WDW News Tonight. I'm Tom Corliss, and you're not. Probably a good thing, though. Welcome to the show, everybody. Nicholas Cicero's over there. I don't know if we have him on the... No, you're not on.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see you down there.
How am I not on? I can see me.
You see you? Because I don't see
I guess
you.
I gotta hit join.
Yeah, hit join maybe. We'll see if that works. Let's see if we get Nick. Nick has been overwhelmed. We had a lot of entries for March Madness last year, but there is a exponential amount more this year. So if you haven't gotten your email yet, hold in tight. Nick's gonna have to work on that as we go through the show. But March Magic is coming up in hour number 2.
I see me.
You see you?
I see Michelle over there, too.
Michelle was in. You stole her intro.
I was told she wasn't there, so...
Somebody posted the wrong link. Hey.
Do you want to reintroduce Tom and I?
Of course.
All right. We can make that happen.
We can do a take 2.
Yeah, well, not a complete take.
Here we go.
It didn't happen. Oh, it happened.
Are you playing the music?
I should.
Well, I have the title up.
Live from Orlando, Florida, this is WDW News Tonight. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Cicero and Tom Corliss.
Oh, I got first billing!
How it's written.
Look at that. It is, isn't it? Tom's name isn't even on
Why
there.
did you put me? What did you do?
No, your name isn't even on.
Oh, because it's from last week when I wasn't here.
Because you never sent me the right one.
We had.
No, it's in this week's script. I forgot to change it. I didn't realize he changed it last.
Of course I did.
I didn't.
How you doing, Tom?
Good.
Are you?
Doing well.
Michelle, you doing good as well? Hopefully.
I'm excellent now.
Good
to see you guys.
Do the thing we invited her to do, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Michelle. I was told you weren't here. I didn't look, and all of a sudden the show started. I looked over there. I was like,
sorry,
no.
Nick didn't have his camera on either. So.
People need to.
I've been texting you for the last 20 minutes, by the way.
He never checks his phone when he's in that room. Sometimes I stand outside for 30 minutes.
That is true.
It is true.
That's
I'm in a groove. I'm in a mode that I'm focused. Show mode. Got to get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's not. He's in there eating trail mix. I know.
Avocado, actually.
Give that spicy.
That sounds delicious. You have bacon on your avocado?
No.
Maybe if you were
That's
in the
my
studio,
breakfast.
you could see.
Bacon's not good for you.
She didn't like sitting so close to us, so she's not coming in.
I work out at 6:15 in the morning. I need some beauty sleep. Come on, guys.
You do it through the show? That's what I do my beauty sleep.
That's true. I guess I could balance my checkbook or return text messages while we're on the air.
Michelle really scared me with the post she made about milk products. Really.
It's true.
No, that freaked me out. That guy was very blunt about it.
And he was a doctor, and he was a former cow handler.
Yeah. Why do we drink milk? I'm scared now. I'm really
We're
really
the
scared.
only mammals that drink another animal's breast milk, if you think about it.
Do you drink milk, Tom?
Do I drink milk?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, but, it's mostly pus, by the way.
Well, see,
don't cats will drink milk.
They're not mammals.
Oh. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but they're not going to milk the cow themselves. I mean, it's laying it. If the milk's there, they'll drink it.
I will say that I don't drink milk. The one thing I was really afraid of, though, I was like, okay, well, I don't really have much dairy, but I don't think I could give up ice cream.
We're also the only mammals who cook other mammals.
It's true.
I mean, we're also the only mammals who speak.
All right.
All right, forget it.
I don't know.
Interesting start here tonight.
As usual, Tom's a jerk. What else is new? All right, we have news.
We do.
Let's do news. Disney, of course. Well, we broke the story. Disney just announced this week a new paid after-hours event. It's called Disney After Hours, because all the good names, I guess, were taken. With Disney After Hours, guests may purchase a ticket and get access to the Magic Kingdom for 3 hours after park close, including select attractions and meet-and-greet experiences. Tickets are on sale now for select dates in April and May. The dates are April 14th, 21st, 28th, May 5th, 8th, 12th, and 19th. Tickets are $149 plus tax. That is children or adults. $149, really? That's 1.5 Villains Dance Party. That's like 2 dessert parties, Nick. 2. That's like 5 trips to the Mexico booth.
Oh.
Does that really put it in perspective? It's really not that bad, actually. I mean, yes, it is, but then it isn't. I mean, they're still offering extra magic hours if you're a resort guest, so you don't have to pay for this. And if you really want it, it's under $49 for less crowd. So, I mean...
But you're also paying for your ticket, right? So you're paying for the $100 ticket.
Well, it doesn't include your day ticket.
Right.
They will let you in at... Technically, they'll let you in at 7... They let you check in at 7 p.m. So you can go into the park at 7 p.m. So not only do you get the 3 hours later, you do get a couple hours before also.
That's like so that's like what, 7 hours?
6 or 7.
For $149.
Yeah. But less crowds than it's not like you're going to a Halloween party or even in the Disney Post they said crowds are very limited. It says, and we said originally, at this price we imagine space is very, very limited. Lines should be almost non-existent. So like SeaWorld on a weekday.
That's very accurate. Very accurate.
The SeaWorld on a weekday crowd.
It's interesting because obviously we talked a lot about this kind of stuff last week, so I kind of wish the story
a much bigger one. Yeah.
Broke a week earlier. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what people feel about paying this much extra just to have exclusive access. And I think it comes down to a lot of the stuff we talked about yesterday. If you have the money to do this, great. If you have the extra $150, but it's creating that kind of tier system, almost a class system we talked about last week. And so if you don't have the money to pay this, you're stuck with the heavy crowds.
Yeah, but I think this is an offering for people who don't like crowds.
I think it's offering for people who have the money.
Typically, people who have money don't like crowds.
Well, I mean,
in summary,
you could say that, but I think this. I don't think this necessarily caters. I think this mostly caters to people that $150 per ticket extra onto what they're already paying is nothing to them.
I mean, here's the thing: they're not taking away anything from anyone.
No,
they're not lessening any hours or anything. They're still offering as much EMH. And literally, it's limited nights. There's literally one a week.
And you know what the interesting thing about this? We're talking about cast member hours cutbacks. This is providing jobs.
It is. You're right.
Hours for cast members.
But I mean, again, the Magic Kingdom has been thoroughly overcrowded the last couple of years as attendance has gone up, and maybe. But the other thing people aren't thinking about, people who are in the park during the day aren't thinking about the reverse effect. These people aren't going to show up during the day if they have their ticket for $149 to come at night. This is 1,000, 2,000 less people, which I know to some people doesn't seem like a lot, but you feel that in a theme park.
When I first looked at the story, I was reading it as I'm paying this much extra for a few extra hours at the park. But what you're actually doing is paying to go at night and have the park kind of to yourself.
Correct.
It's not like as a local
to have the park to yourself.
I mean, you would consider this even though you're an annual pass holder and could go anytime?
If I wasn't an annual pass holder and could go. Well, I'm not. I'm a seasonal pass holder, so I can't go anytime.
Okay, so. Well, that's nuances to this. I can't see local people purchasing this.
No, it's not meant for local. It's extremely limited. But they will easily find, Nick. They will easily find these 1,500 people. Don't you worry.
I'm sure they will.
These are going to be all sold out very quickly.
I understand that. Yes.
There are people staying at the Grand Floridian who see this and go, "No people. I will give you $150 if you promise me there won't be people."
Yeah, people staying at the Grand Floridian can afford this.
Exactly.
But what's the difference if you can't just go during the day and enjoy the park? And if you're listening to the show, you know what you're doing. You don't need those extra hours. You will get through the lines. You will be fine.
I'm not against this. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
Here's a great example. We were in line for Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. There's a woman in the handicap. A VIP tour group goes through and gets on the ride while she's waiting. These people paid an exorbitant amount of money to go on this tour, and they skipped a line at Pirates, which isn't even one of the longer queues. It could get 30 or 40 minutes, but it's not that. She begins to basically scream at the cast members about the fact that she's being skipped by this VIP group.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to say to her, "Ma'am, if you go to a baseball game, do you scream at the people sitting in front of you? Because they paid more than you for a better seat."
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. That's how our system in America works.
And I'm okay with that.
And Disney is not excluding anybody.
They're not.
They're not. This park is not going to change. They're not getting special fireworks. They're not getting anything.
I was taking.
You have a better case for that for the Halloween or Christmas party.
Yeah. No, I was taken back by Michelle would consider this.
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of people who are really upset about this, and same thing with the upcharge parking and stuff like that. And honestly, I mean, these people are paying more for a convenience.
Yeah.
You don't like. It's like if you have your groceries delivered to your home, you're having the convenience of not going to the grocery store. You're paying extra to have that food delivered. Same thing when you order food for delivery.
All right, can you explain this again, because I'm trying to figure this out. So you pay for your park ticket, and you also pay $149.
No.
Yes.
You pay $149.
Okay.
And for $149, you go to a party, just like you go to the Halloween party or the Christmas party.
So you're thinking
yes, I would do it.
It is.
I don't know why
it's
it's
a
throwing
ticket
you
option. It is not an upgrade. It is its own ticket that becomes valid at 7 o'clock and grants you access to the park also in those hours after they're closed, 3 hours after closing.
Yes, I would totally do this for $150.
Okay.
If I was on vacation, if I didn't live here, I would do. If Disneyland this past weekend at Disneyland was insanely crowded, if you told me, hey, $150 for 3 hours, you can be in Cars Land, I'd be like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, break it down. It's like free drinks.
I actually appreciate Michelle bringing that up then, because that means so it's not an extra $150. It's basically an extra $50. Like I was thinking, if this is an add-on, like you have to have a day ticket, then you can also buy this.
It's not an extra anything to anything.
Right? No. I was thinking
you can buy a day ticket and then buy this.
Right, but I was thinking you had to have the day ticket in order to buy this.
No,
okay.
So it's an add-on.
All right.
It's not an add-on.
It's an event.
Separate event. Yes. Separate event with a separate ticket.
Then they should come up with a better name for it. That's a dumb name.
Disney After Hours?
They should theme it.
Bad name?
It's the exclusive night party or something.
Yes.
Or E-Ride Nights.
Add the name party or fair to it.
Fair. Magic, fair, or friendship. Those are the buzzwords. Let's keep moving, shall we? So yeah, that's a thing.
That is a thing.
So Disney, I said this already, but Disney has since announced that guests who buy the tickets to the event may begin to check in at 7 p.m., allowing them a few more hours of park enjoyment before the other guests leave at park closing time. But they probably will wait until the riffraff leaves. Wait until Mama June gets out of the park.
The riffraff can't afford Disney. That's why they all go to Universal.
It's the same price.
Yeah, but it's not the same kind of people. I'm just saying.
For Hollywood now.
Oh.
For Hollywood, which has 8 rides. There's 8 rides at $600 for the year. It's unbelievable.
Why?
Yeah. Because they think Harry Potter's worth that.
Oh.
So, yeah. Hey, Nick, I hear they also considered doing this event at the studio.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they changed their minds after everyone said it's only a 90-minute park. Get it? Half day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 80 of that was in line for Toy Story anyway. So.
Oops. Hi.
No, not yet. All right. Anyway. So yeah, that's that story. Walt Disney World's running a special Awaken Summer package this summer, which includes a special Awaken Summer Magic Band.
Excited?
Yes. And no, it's not themed to a clock. It's themed to Star Wars. And not only will you experience the convenience of a magic band, but for a limited time, this one-of-a-kind magic band will activate a surprise sound and lighting feature at select touch points throughout Walt Disney World. The sound, your bank account being drained with add-on experiences. The Magic Band features BB-8, who doesn't actually appear at Disney World except in stationary form. Like the Yeti. Tough room.
We have the delayed reaction laughs.
How do I get my hands on the BB-8 Magic Band?
For $140 now. It's like a 5-day package. So like I thought about, do I have to book like one night? No, you got to buy like a full package.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm not going to get this Magic Band. Kind of bummed, but it's cool for people booking a package. It's a nice perk. It's the first vanity Magic Band you can customize as your resort band.
I like it.
Kind of cool. Disney Magic Kingdoms was released on mobile platforms last week. In this game, players get to be Disney Imagineers if Disney Imagineers were forced to make in-app purchases every time they tried to finish a project. Well, maybe that explains Avatar.
Avatar joke of the week!
Dance party. Woo, 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 woo.
Love it. Favorite part of the show.
You've been playing this stupid game, haven't you, Nick?
It's garbage.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm still
ugh.
playing it just to see the references to the parks, but and I mean by playing it, I mean I open it like once every 48 hours at this point.
I get in-app purchases. I understand what's going on there. And
yeah, I expected it to be Cityville, so I'm not really like surprised about it.
See, I was expecting something a little better. I was expecting, like a lot of people talked about it possibly being like the roller coaster tycoon type. You didn't think it was going to be like that?
No, because they told us there were going to be in-app purchases at Expo.
Of course, there's going to be in-app.
Like, all right,
in-app purchases, but I still thought it was going to be I'm managing a theme park kind of ability. I'm just tapping the screen for half an hour. Mm-hmm. I'm literally just tapping the screen. I'm not.
That's what Cityville and all that.
Well, I never played that.
I did. I got
addicted. These things are ridiculous. They're not worth the time. It's and even without the in-app purchases. I mean, I didn't do any of that, but I mean, it's just I'm tapping the screen. I'm saying, "Oh, Mickey, go here," and I'm picking up the little things, and I'm tapping Goofy, and
it's like an interactive. You should just play it in cues that aren't interactive.
It's bad. I'm not doing anything. Like I'm not actively doing anything. I'm clicking through a story.
If you play any phone game, you're actively not doing anything.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Whatever.
Garbage. It's not. It shouldn't be a thing.
No, it shouldn't.
It's garbage.
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party returns to the Magic Kingdom in 2016, now on 29 evenings beginning September 2nd and ending October 31st. On all the other nights in that period, the 149 after hours. Maybe we'll see. You can get the full list of dates now on WDWNT.com. We put that up tonight. No pricing has been released yet, but I bet it's less than 149. They're all the jokes tonight. They're all that. With new security procedures in place, Disney has revised the costuming guidelines for the party. While costumed attire may be worn, guests ages 14 and older are strongly discouraged from wearing layered costumes or costume props that surround the entire body. Still the most discouraged costume, Donald Trump. Hair is layered.
Yeah, layered hair. He could be hiding lots of things in there.
Additionally, costumes may not contain any weapons that resemble or could be mistaken for an actual weapon, except lightsabers, because those sell. You need to sell those.
So, well, I don't know. What can you do with a plastic lightsaber?
Oh, you can do a lot. want me to show you? No, that might be another OBT joke.
Yeah, this is a family show, Tom. Come on, keep it clean.
What family? A deranged family? What family are you talking about? Family show. Just wait
I
for
always get yelled at for saying inappropriate things, so I have to yell at you now.
Just wait for the segment where Jason and I curse for.
Oh my!
It's coming up later. So yeah, tickets not on sale yet, but they should be soon for the Halloween party. That's all the news I've got, Nick.
All right. But we still have a lot of stuff. Like Tom said, please stay tuned. If you haven't gotten your email yet from with our March Madness tournament, we're not accepting any more entries, but we're going to do what we did last year. Do a little March Madness tournament, this time with Disney World attraction characters.
It's going to get heated. The panel is going to be so angry.
Ooh.
Especially me. There's a matchup where I might cry.
Aww.
One of them's got to be eliminated.
It is going to be a lot of fun, and that's coming up, and it's interactive too. And this year we have a chat portion involved. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later on in the show. But make sure you're at the chat. Listen.wdwnt.com, and we'll let you know how you could play and win some great prizes.
And now we'll let Michelle talk.
Yes. Coming up on WDW News Tonight, Tom and Nick are angry about things. Flashback to the future, March Madness, and more.
Hello there. I'm WDWNT's Patrick Hackett, and when I heard that Walt Disney World was charging for premium parking spaces, I was absolutely appalled. I was appalled. I didn't think of it first. That's right, from the company that brought you paid DRs, we now bring you Patrick Hackett's Piggyback service. You may be wondering, what in the world is Patrick Hackett's Piggyback service? Well, I'm glad you asked, You see, for a simple nominal fee of $1,200, we will piggyback you anywhere you would like to go. We have a team of sturdy young men and women who are ready to piggyback guests from the biggest poo size to the smallest Ant-Man or woman. For $35, you could park close to the Magic Kingdom or Epcot. But for $1,200, you'll never have to stand in a queue again, as our piggyback experts will take you all the way up into the ride vehicle. Heck, they may even ride with you to make sure you have your piggyback waiting for you in the exit queue as well. How does it work? Simple. People need money. I need money. You give me money, I get people to piggyback you around the park. We have a saying here at Patrick Hackett's Piggyback Service: why pay for parking when you can pay for piggybacks? That'll be $1,200. Coming soon from Patrick Hackett's Piggyback Service, Rondiana's Rickshaw.
J.P. Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these fat cat bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting another financial crisis, and over time, gold and silver win. Silver is trading below its production costs and is predicted to double by 2020. At Capital Gold Group, we offer gold and silver for direct delivery. Plus, our specialty is IRA rollovers for the ultimate in IRA security. Be one of the first 20 callers today to receive our free gold and silver buying guide. Capital Gold Group is A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. So call now and see what investing in gold and silver can do for you. Call now, 800-430-7568, 800-430-7568, 800-430-7568. That's 800-7568.
Do you have enough drinking water at home or work? For whatever life throws at you. This is Florida, and you can never have enough good, wholesome drinking water on hand for meetings, family gatherings, even Mother Nature's wrath. Be prepared with Carolina Highland Mountain Spring Water delivered directly to your home or business. 07-851-7144. At carolina.com. There are no delivery, no contracts, and now Be Prepared delivery special in individual bottles, dispensers, and coolers. The purest water delivered to your doorstep. Guaranteed. Get started now. Call 407-851-7144. 407-851-7144. Or online at CarolinaBottledWater.com. Refreshing taste, unrivaled purity. The healthier choice for home or office. Carolina's Highland Mountain Spring Water. Call 407-851-7144. Online at CarolinaBottledWater.com. Refresh today.
And we're back. So here's something fun, ladies and gentlemen. Remember on the site earlier today when we posted the rules for March Madness? Well, our own Nicholas Cicero, who wrote up those rules, seemed to forget how this worked. So what Nick did is, those of you who have received emails already, some of you did not get the seating that you should have. Nick just realized that when I went in the other room and told him someone in the chat had informed me they did not get a 1 through 4 seed. Because of that, Nick is now going to scramble for the next half hour to fix that and send you corrected emails, and those of you who have not received an email yet will get one. So Nick's going to work on that. We're going to take Jason, Michelle, and I will sort of take the reins on the show while Nick tries to get that all in order. So we're working on things. We'll be ready for hour 2 when that is going to happen. So, all right, Nick, we got it. We got this for you. All right. So, Nick, you're supposed to be in this segment, but I guess I'll just skip you unless you still feel you can do it. Are you in for this or not?
Oh, are you feeling a little bit upset?
I am.
You are?
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I have access to the entire curse word library. This new console is done.
It's a damn poor find indeed. Can't think of at least 2 ways to spell a word.
No privacy is all around this place.
I don't like Sam.
I don't like Shane was bad.
It was awful.
Boo!
I'm mad that I messed this up.
So is everyone in the chat. Everyone's saying everyone's now upset, but you will have to be reseeded, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you like your picks, in fairness, we're going to reseed the whole thing.
Everybody.
Stay tuned to your inbox.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, in the interest of fairness, we have to do it. It has to be a fair and even playing field for everybody. So anyway, I'll go first, Nick. Or unless you want to.
That was it. I'm mad
all right.
I'm done.
You know what I'm mad about? There's this rumor going around pertaining to the Tower of Terror and Guardians of the Galaxy. Number one, I'm mad that I didn't break it. I've been sitting on that one for a while. Number one, I want to preface this by saying it is happening. Not in Florida. We will not have an overlay of Tower of Terror in Florida. In California, I think it's been well documented at this point, Marvel is the next expansion for California Adventure. And Marvel Studios will go in that plot sort of between Bugs Land and Hollywood Land. Hollywood Land now. And Tower will kind of be the beginning point of that area. So it sounds like the Guardians overlay of that is happening. There's also some Captain America coaster things. But the thing is for Florida, who on earth, number one, Walt Disney World does not have the rights to do anything with Marvel. They still haven't done anything with it. They still haven't figured that out. It doesn't look like Universal at this point is looking to give them. So why on earth would this rumor ever be thought to pertain to Florida? Number two, why would that whole end of Sunset Boulevard? Number one, Tower of Terror has become the icon of the park and merchant. Number two, now I forgot what number two is because number one's such a good point. Number two, there is a movie being made. They have reached a deal with Sony to make a Twilight Zone specifically, Tower of Terror movie. So why would you kill off this attraction, which has been in Florida now for over 20 years? Insanely popular, beloved attraction. You don't have the rights to retheme it. You're making a movie about it. Why on earth would you retheme it? Doesn't make any sense because it's not happening. So it will happen in California most likely. Florida's not happening, and why people are buying into this, I can't possibly imagine. I know it makes sense because there's a Captain America coaster. People would think they're going to retheme Rock and Roller Coaster, but it's just not going to happen. They're not going to destroy Sunset Boulevard. It's different in California. Tower of Terror is not the beloved icon there that it was here. And quite frankly, in that park, there are far better things than that Tower of Terror. That's what I'm angry about. Because I'm angry about it, I wanted to do something. And Nick was originally going to play, but Nick's busy. So, Michelle, we're going to put you on the spot if you're there.
I'm here.
Okay. So we've been doing a game the last couple of weeks. It's been generally called blah, 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 or Stuff Tom is Making. So in that spirit, we have a new game. Since there's this ridiculous rumor going around about Guardians of the Galaxy Tower, we decided or stuff Tom is making up. So you have to tell me if this is a real rumor that went around the internet at some point in time or stuff Tom is making up.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to play?
Sure.
So for each one, just tell me if it was a real rumor or if I'm making it up. And if you're correct.
Give me any hints or?
No.
Okay.
I expect much more of you.
All right.
If you're correct, you'll hear that. If not, you'll be berated. So let's begin playing. Number one. Timon and Pumbaa hosted Jungle Cruise.
I would say that that's a rumor.
A real rumor?
Yeah. Sounds plausible.
It was a real rumor. I think I started that one. Back in the day. No comment. Roller coaster ride through Spaceship Earth.
No. You made that up.
Oh, that was a real thing.
What?
Time Racers. Actually a real... Not just a rumor. A rumor that almost came true.
Wait, so instead of Spaceship Earth, there would be a roller coaster inside it?
And it would burst through the facade.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
All Time Racers. Also was the name of a show we never went through with. But anyway, moving on.
Is there a Back to the Future on that one?
On Spaceship Earth?
No, on...
I think we briefly mentioned it in the Spaceship Earth one, but if we could find more information on it, I think we'd do a nice piece on it, but there's not a whole lot out there. I think they're still trying to keep it fairly... quiet at this point. Number 3, kiddie roller coaster outside of the Land Pavilion.
Is it themed?
It would have been through like treetop.
I'm going to say that you're making that up.
Part of Project Gemini, the idea for the 90s makeover of all of Epcot. That was a real project too, not just a rumor.
What?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm not good at this game.
All right, number 4. Little Green Men Flying Saucers ride for Tomorrowland.
Rumor?
That's right. A Stitch overlay of Space Mountain.
That doesn't sound right, so I'm going to say you're making that up.
Nope, that was real. They even made a pin set with the artwork.
What?
From Walt Disney Imagineering. Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he landed from outer space.
He's from space, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Phineas and Ferb takeover of the Imagination Pavilion.
That would make it better than what it is now, but is that a rumor? I'm gonna say you made it up.
Oh, that was real.
Son of a gun.
There's even concept art.
Shapoopy.
Next one. Matterhorn ride about secret Swiss bobsled training facility.
Okay, so now that's something you made up, right?
Nope.
What?
You can go listen to a 2.5-hour segment where we talk about that. Fun stuff.
Matterhorn about secret.
It was a real thing. Real thing. Almost happened at Epcot. Yep.
So they were just going to take the Matterhorn ride and then put audio on it about the bobsledding team?
No, you'd go into a secret Swiss bobsled training facility.
This is years old, right?
Yes.
I do remember this. I remember hearing this
Epcot,
as a rumor. Yeah, I remember that now that you say that.
Number 8, The Muppets replacing great moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Rumor?
That's right.
Most
Number
of these
9,
are real, aren't they?
Ride where Goofy teaches you how to drive a car.
Let's say rumor.
That was going to be in Cardland.
That would be fun. I would ride that ride.
Adventure. And the last one, Frozen ride replacing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland.
Shows you how much I know. I didn't know Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was still at Disneyland. Yes, let's say that is a rumor.
They were all true, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed as we were going through. Took me a while to catch on.
It was originally a trap for Nick. Nick was going to play, but unfortunately you were thrust into the spotlight.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
trick questions and all. It was still fun.
Thank you for being a good sport, everyone in the chat. Had a lot. Nick, I think we're going to take a quick commercial break while you try to fix your horrible error this evening. When we come back, though, I know usually we do Nick and Tom are angry about things, but Jason and I actually just took a trip out to California, and Jason ended up recording this whole rant about World of Color. We're going to play it when we get back.
Are you worried about losing your home to foreclosure? If you've been threatened with foreclosure or received legal papers from your bank, you have approximately 30 days to respond. If you do not respond, you could lose your home. You have rights. Act now to protect your rights. You can stay in your home. Many times you can even modify your loan. The bottom line is you can get past this, but you must act right now. Call National Foreclosure Defense right now at 800-989-1838, 800-989-1838. If you've been served by your bank and you're worried about losing your home to foreclosure, now is the time to fight back and save your home. Time is limited, so call right now. 800-989-1838, 800-989-1838. Call the professionals at National Foreclosure Defense right now. 800-989-1838.
Hi, Bill Files here, GM of Salem Media Group Orlando. You've heard me talk about half-price tuition, a great new program we have where folks just like schools in Central Florida at half price. No catch, no kidding. I want to share with you some comments from a listener who recently purchased tuition for her daughter. Out that the program was for real, she and her husband decided to buy it. She said, before we hang up, I wanted a way to send our girl to Christian school. Your half-price tuition program has made that possible. Thank you. This is what it's all about. If you or someone you know could benefit from our half-price tuition program, I hope you'll give me a call, 407-618-1760, or visit our website, AmazingRadioDeals.com. Half-price tuition, another positive idea from Salem Media Group. Vermont Christian School are available right now. Go online to AmazingRadioDeals.com.
What color is that?
Avocado green.
The entire kitchen is avocado green.
I know.
My grandmother's kitchen was avocado green.
I know.
I hated that kitchen.
I know.
What about the bath? Is it avocado green as well?
Nope, it's canary yellow.
Does your kitchen or bathroom need a makeover? Hi, this is Mick Dolan. When you're remodeling your kitchen and done on time and on budget, One-to-One Kitchen and Bath can help from start to finish. Not sure what style and look you'd like? One-to-One Kitchen and Bath offers free design service, so you can see a 3D model before you buy. Just need cabinets, countertops, and flooring? Then One-to-One Kitchen and Bath has you covered. Always on time with the highest quality products and their low price guarantee. One-to-One Kitchen and Bath, 1781 Fairbanks Avenue, Winter Park. Online at the number 121cabinets.com. Or call 407-622-2062 at one-to-one-cabinets.com.
JP Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HS 1.1 tons of physical gold. What do these fat cat bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting another financial crisis, and over time, gold and silver win. Silver is trading below its production costs and is predicted to double by 2020. At Capital Gold Group, we offer gold and silver for direct delivery. Plus, our specialty is IRA rollovers for the ultimate in IRA security. Be one of the first 20 callers today to receive our free gold and silver buying guide. Capital Gold Group is A+ rated with a Better Business Bureau. So call now and see what investing in gold and silver can do for you. Call now, 800-430-7568, 800-430-7568, 800-430-7568. That's 800-430-7568.
Having all sorts of fun tonight, Nick. Show is on track as usual.
You know, we did really well without you, Tom. Like last week, there was no problem.
I didn't do anything. Maybe Nick just gets nervous when the boss is here.
Oh, that could be. You do have that air of you know, that just, you're going to, you gotta look out.
Okay.
Tom's going to bring the hurt when you mess up.
Nick's face right now is amazing.
That's
Anyway,
why Nick's face turns red all the time.
Nick's face turns red a lot, mostly around girls, but...
Or you. Ooh.
I do have that effect. Anyway, your dreams, Nick. Moving on.
Every night.
Oh, boy. Ugh, tough room. You got me flustered now. There's a segment.
Who's red now?
Oh, boy. So, usually we do Tom and Nick are angry about things on the show. The next segment's going to be called Jason, Tom, and Chris are angry about things. So, we went out to California this week, and Jason was nice enough to invite me to come out to California. We also met up with our good friend, WWNT Hall of Famer Crystal Straps. And we ended up doing the Carthay Circle dinner package because Jason had not seen the new World of Color. I like Jason's World of Color background.
Yeah, you like that? Special for this week only.
The old good show. I like how you're like, oh no, I thought the logo was over you, but it's not.
No,
it was
off
like
to
2
the side.
layers. That would have been impressive.
I didn't have that much time.
Okay. No, it looked like it was doing it, but it's not. Anyway. So what you're going to hear is literally Jason hit record on. I didn't even know at first. That's why there's a lot of cursing. I didn't realize till several minutes in that Jason was recording. But pretty much the second the show ended, Jason had the recorder on, and it's the real reaction. I think 3 people who honestly probably saw the original World of Color more than most people. I think I was somewhere in 60 or 70 times. Jason, you had like, what, 20 or 30?
I was well in the high 20s, yep.
Yeah, and Chris was probably more than me. I don't even know. But regardless, again, so this is live reaction. Jason had never seen the show before.
And they warned me.
Yeah, we did warn you as we stood there an hour before the show that it wasn't going to be worth it. Also, as I yelled at you through the Fun Wheel challenge not functioning.
And actually, we recorded all that too. That's on that footage.
That is on there. Well, maybe another time we'll play.
But yeah, so they warned me extensively that this World of Color was going to be disappointing, that I was going to get angry, mad, upset. I don't know. And of course, you know, as we all know, Tom is right all of the time.
You learned that at Carnation once again, didn't you?
Yes, I did. The greatest man to ever walk a Disney theme park, Tom Corliss. But anyway, so they warned me, and but yes, so on the walk back to Disneyland after World of Color, I just basically, you know, told them what I thought.
All right, so Nick, you got that ready to go?
There's like 42 things wrong with that show by my count.
I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. There's like 42 things wrong with that show by my count, but the biggest problem is that they don't use the fountains to any of their potential. Nobody wants...
The fun of the original show was you looked at and you're like, oh, that's a butterfly. Oh, that's a tree. Like, that kind of
exactly.
It's the water moving. It's the river.
They don't. They don't
like
use.
But you paddle
barely
and
any
you
of
realize
that.
the water's coming up. They lost Remember and they thought, oh, shit, we have to make a show about Disney.
Yeah,
and you can not just.
And they said, come with me.
It's like pirating along, the cannons and the fire. Like,
oh, yeah.
But what are you doing this on Adventure?
Yeah, exactly.
Green and blue. I don't care if it's Haunted Mansion. It's not doing anything.
So there's nothing that do that mean anything.
No.
They're just kind of there
Splash
as
does
background.
the river, which is fine.
Right.
But it doesn't do anything.
The color, like the color fountains follow BB-8 when he rolls along. Like, that's kind of cool. But that's like, what, a total of 10 seconds?
Star Wars segment's the only segment I think that's perfectly done. The lasers and everything.
Yeah, the lasers were very good. But there was nothing as amazing as Zerg.
Everything, but then they didn't use it.
Yeah, this isn't a show that can work well with, like, unknown music, right?
I don't understand the weird song for the anime.
Really
Forever
makes any
Young,
sense.
Forever Young is useless. It's nice in the finale. I like it for the playoff. There's no reason for that commercial.
So the only segment in there that, like, is anything.
But
it's not like the
quick.
original.
No, it's quick, but it's a good open. Like Mermaid's like that.
You mean the
original.
Sorcerer's Apprentice
Like
part?
it's just like it ain't. Yeah.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice part is
Like
good.
even the Mickey Mouse part where the lights go on Scream It.
Yeah.
They do the MIC. Into the show anyway.
I think the Sorcerer's Apprentice sequence works because that's where the fountains actually have a purpose. Otherwise, they don't have a purpose. The whole show.
Well, they had to deliver on the Steamboat Willie promise of the original.
Ladies and gentlemen, Disney California
I do like the big
Adventure
steamboat
is now
wheel.
closing for the day.
When Fun Wheel
For
does
your
that.
pleasure, the shops on Buena Vista Street will remain open
To take your money for an additional 30 minutes.
I know where the color merchandise in my face.
We'll return again soon. Good night, and please have a safe journey.
Yeah, they have the really cool lights on screen and that don't really do anything in the
Except
show.
at the very beginning.
They're there in the beginning and they're there at the end, and that's it. There's no need for storytelling
There's
in
no need
this
for
show.
a host.
I love how there's no need for storytelling. But all we do is scream out the story and the track.
But
World of Color.
World of Color never had a story, and it didn't need one. They took out the storyline that they created for it because they realized it didn't need it. Now they put in doesn't need it. I don't want to see pictures of kids that are in Disneyland.
Be like
Exactly.
animals.
It's going to be much more like World
it's
of
just
Color
going
was.
to be.
Yep.
And what? There's other thing I can't even think of.
But they used the fire better before, too.
Oh yeah, the fire was
They
so
made
much
so
more
that
useful.
One, that
big
middle
one.
flame
The big
was
one,
amazing,
right.
but I don't understand
There's
why
no
it's unless it was
purpose.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Spaceships don't make a blast.
That go up.
That go all right. The blast usually goes the other
Like maybe
direction.
if they blew up the Death Star and then you want to have that go up, but still.
and the music and everything in the what was the song? What movie's that from?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The segment in the original show with a lot of the fire.
Chernobog, Fantasia, Night on Bald Mountain.
No, it's not that.
Star didn't have it.
No, it wasn't that.
Is that the Pirates?
No,
Pirates
it's not
is-
Pirates. It
That's
comes.
it.
It
I've
came
seen
right.
every version of
It
this
came right after Pirates in the original show.
Pirates was in the original.
April Showers didn't have fire.
No, after that, or either right before or right after
No,
that.
that was before Pirates. But Pirates. Went Pirates.
What
and
was
then
right before the old mill scene?
Pirates and went into Lion King.
What was either right before or right after the old mill scene?
Heimlich, which before that is Pocahontas.
No,
None of that had fire. No, nothing else had fire.
Yes, it did.
Fire never turned a bomb.
Here's what I need you to do. Name every movie that was in the original show.
Oh my God.
It doesn't have to be in order. Just name them all.
No, I don't want to.
And then I will tell you which one I'm thinking of. There's a whole segment.
No, there's not. You're making things up.
It's the Hellfire segment.
That's Chernobog.
That's Night on Bald Mountain.
And then you also use Hellfire. Yeah.
Yeah, Hellfire.
But it's still Chernobog.
But what? That's not what movie.
It's still there.
Fantasia.
No, it's not. The Hellfire song's not from Fantasia. What's it from?
Hunchback.
Yes, Hunchback.
But it wasn't a Hunchback segment.
No, but it was the whole song.
Yeah, but
Was from
Chernobog's
Hunchback.
throwing like the fire and everything. They never got the original Chernobog to work.
Right.
It was that stupid mechanism with the wings.
That was supposed to come out of the water and it didn't work.
Yeah, it was there and then it just vanished. It never popped up. See, that was the thing in the original show. So much stuff didn't work and so much got cut and changed before they premiered.
And it still made a good show.
It's true. They salvaged it. Where this one, they rearranged the whole thing before
And it
it
doesn't
premiered.
work.
And it's still a disaster.
I don't want Neil Patrick Harris telling me stories that I already know. It's not compelling. It's not emotional.
There's no emotional scene. Like, people used to cry during several parts of the old show.
Exactly. There's no emotion in the show. It's too disjointed to have any emotion.
Are you recording this?
Yes, I am. Because I want to have my whole entire tirade on the show.
You're a year late.
It doesn't matter. The first time I've seen. No, I'm going to the hotel. Yes. I'm actually not as. I'm so worked up now. No, let's go. Let's go. I'm so worked up at this point. I'm not tired at all. I probably won't even be able.
All right. We did go to Disneyland after that.
Yes, we did.
I did. We got to see a little bit of Paint the Night, and we rode Matterhorn. It was a good night. Even after World of Color Celebrate.
It's the only thing that made the night salvageable.
Should have done Rollickin' Roadsters. That would have made the night salvageable.
Yeah, but it was closed.
It was.
We should have done Rollickin' Roadsters instead of World of Color. But I had to see it once.
You did. You did need to see it just so you could say it's like Rocket Rod.
Yeah, I had
If you had the opportunity to ride Rocket Rod.
You had to do it.
That's the thing. Like, I'm always a big, as a bit of a historian, I'm always pretty big on seeing things, even if I don't really care about them. Superhero HQ is one of those things I told you I wanted to do because we knew it was closing. You know, I want to at least be able to say I did it. So actually, it's pretty cool though too.
Superhero HQ was cool. I liked
Yeah,
that.
it was a good time.
Well done.
Nick, we have time for a quick flashback. Jason, cue me up. And we know it keeps muting. We're working on it. It's apparently a keyboard shortcut, and we don't really know what Nick's hitting, and it's doing it. I know. The show's a mess this week, folks, so just bear with us. There's always the audio version, I guess. Do we have flashback or not? Oh, boy. It has been a show.
So, Tom, what would you like to talk about?
I don't know, Michelle. What would you like to talk about?
Oh, you know, I don't know, life, I guess.
Girl stuff?
Girl.
We could talk about Luigi's Rollickin' Roadster some more. I could talk about that for ages.
It was cool.
It was very cool.
I liked it. I know most people don't, but I liked
I don't understand what people don't like
Time
about it.
travelers, fasten your seatbelt and remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the time rover. Time travel commencing in T-minus 10 seconds.
I don't mind, but you better promise me you might end.
This week in Disney Parks history, 1956, the Astrojets, the first rocket spinner Disneyland attraction, opened to guests in Tomorrowland. Manufactured by Klaus Company Bavaria, the 12 jets traveled around a large red checkered rocket and had the ability to rise 36 feet in the air. The Astrojets stood between the flight to the moon and submarine voyage attractions, and the jets were given futuristic names such as Canopus, Vega, Cirrus, Castor, and Antares. Astrojets was renamed Tomorrowland Jets in '64 when the sponsor. United felt the name was free advertising for competitor American Airlines, whose coast-to-coast jet service was called Astrojet. Yet in 1967, the attraction was once again renamed, this time to the Rocket Jets, and this version, of course, was located atop the People Mover platform, and it still is up there, but now it was converted in 1998 to the Observatron, a weird spinning thing with music and that sometimes functions. So there you go. Very important anniversary, the Astrojets. The spinning ride has been a staple of Tomorrowland. Will continue to be with Shanghai Disneyland's spinning jetpacks attraction. Yep. How long we got till the break, Nick? 4 minutes. All right, we'll fill 4 minutes, Jason. Let's fill 4 minutes. Talk about Roadsters. Tell people why you liked Roadsters, because a lot of people aren't. For those unaware, Rollickin' Roadsters is the replacement to Luigi's Flying Tires in Cars Land, opened earlier in the month. We rode it quite a few times. Jason was quite enamored with the ride system.
Yeah. So this attraction to me really fits well in Cars Land. It's
a bunch of cars. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
I like it because it's new technology, first of all, right? So this is the first trackless ride system of the sort of current generation that we have in the U.S. Disney parks.
First of any generation in the U.S. Disney parks.
Well, yeah, but there's the argument that like Universe of Energy and Great Movie Ride are trackless, but this is the different kind of trackless. This is the Pooh's Honey Hunt generation of trackless.
Which you could even argue that it's beyond that generation at this point.
I would say so.
Exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, this may be like third generation trackless if you want to call it that. Yeah. But it's a great attraction. The technology is really cool. That these cars are completely trackless. They spin around, they dance, they do all this stuff. There's like 18 vehicles on the ride, just going around all the time for the whole ride with no warning as to what they're going to do, basically. So it's a really fun ride. It's a really fun ride to begin with, and then you add such a unique ride system. They all dance to different music. It's not a repetitive music loop. I think there's Tom, like 10 different music. There's 10 different songs, 5 different songs.
5 songs. Yeah.
Okay, so
not quite
but you don't get the same song every time, and there's different dance sequences every time. Like most of the rides end with the car spinning, but not all of them do.
They all do.
No, there was one that did
on the same ride? They all end with the spin.
There was one that
the whole other portion is different each song.
Okay.
But they all end with the spin because the spin's fun. They all should have the spin.
The spin is fun, and it's actually it looks really cool from the queue line when it's doing it, but it's actually pretty. It's pretty serious of a ride in terms of
the movement. You feel a lot more of it than I thought. I mean, it looked kind of like a kiddie ride, but there are some movements that are it's up there with Mater at some points in the movement.
Yeah, absolutely. And so right before the spinning segment, there's this sort of figure 8 motion that the cars go through, and that really throws you around too. So between that and the spinning, but it's a beautiful ride to watch.
Yeah.
I think that is something that really can't be said about every attraction. You know, a lot of them are just whatever. But this is a beautiful ride to watch. It's like synchronized dancing, except it's ride vehicles. So it's a great ride to watch while you're standing and waiting in the queue line. I mean, I took a bunch of video of it, and at nighttime it was really cool too. So I took a bit of video of the ride at night with the Disneyland fireworks in the background, which was kind of neat. So I mean, it's a fun ride. It's very, very the re-rideability is very high.
Yeah,
because
every
time,
car there's 18 profiles and there's 5 different songs, and yeah, I mean I rode a good 10 to 12 times this trip, and definitely there were things that were very different ride to ride. You didn't get to do the first time I rode, Jason. I actually ended up being one of the 2 cars that in the middle that everyone danced around, and that was really neat. It was fun. And that's a reason to ride again, because there's all these different things. And there was like our 7th ride, it did that weird side slide, which only like 2 cars do on one song. And it was a completely different thing. It was really neat. It wasn't like it's just, it's a slightly different movement. It was actually like a jarring, fun kind of motion. So it's a neat ride system, and it's something fun. And if you're looking to replace a flat ride, I think they did a great job replacing a flat ride with a fun, manageable,
it is. It's a
and unique flat ride.
It's fun. It's manageable. It's fantastic. It's great for the whole family. You know, I mean, I think it has a height requirement, but it's pretty low. But even, you know, like
it's like 34.
Yeah, it's pretty. And that's
I took a picture of the height bar because it was like that is the shortest height requirement bar I've ever seen.
I think it is. I think it is. But even, you know, this is something you could take your grandmother on. You know, it's not super.
I want that like on the sign, like as a review.
Take your grandmother.
Take your grandma on.
Well, that's kind of the whole Walt thing at the beginning of Disneyland. So it is.
Quick note: we're going through the break here into hour 2. I would just mention Nick is going to be sending out the emails right now, so everybody bear with us here. But those emails are going out right now if you entered March Madness. Jason, if you can go ahead and if we could tweet and Facebook and let people know that March Madness is going to begin in a few minutes.
I will do
here
that.
on News Tonight as well. Sorry to interrupt, but want to make sure we let everybody know that we're still going through with this. It's still happening.
In just a few minutes.
Yeah. And I want to do some quick housekeeping. We'll talk more about Disneyland while Nick's doing that. But a quick housekeeping, we usually preview next week's show at this point. I want to preview next week's show real quick if we can. Next week's show, of course, we're going to have the conclusion of this March Madness. So as you see, there are 32 matchups tonight, which we're going to have not a ton of time to go through. So we may end up going into overtime tonight. We'll see what happens. 32 first-round matchups to go through, and then we got to conquer the rest next week. Nick, I still don't have the rules. When you're done doing those emails, we should get that printed so we can review them. So yeah, March Madness is going to continue next week. And then Jason and I had a fun idea at Disneyland, which I have now named.
Oh, good. We have a name for it. Excellent.
We do. It's called Legally Unclearable March Magic. And what legally unclearable March Magic is we've come up with ironic or sarcastic versions of March Magic t-shirts. For those of you unaware, Disney is doing this thing where they've done 32 fake teams based on attractions, and you can buy the shirts, and it's ongoing. So what we're going to do is we are going to come up with somewhere between 32 and 64. We're still coming up with them right now. Between 32 and 64 of our own fake Disney parks-related t-shirts.
Wow, we don't have that many yet.
No, we're going to get there.
Okay.
And what we're going to do in the first hour, so in the first hour of next week's show, we're going to do this tournament, which will be a little more interactive and less contesty. You're going to get to vote between these however many. They'll just be titles. They'll be ideas for shirts. Because we don't have the art team to do 32 shirts. So it's going to be these ideas for these shirts, which, Jason, let's give them like one. I want to give them one just so they get a flavor. We'll pick a good one.
Let me pull one up here. We had a couple really good ones.
Yeah.
I'm opening it up.
I have one in mind actually. I'll do one.
Go ahead.
The Hangar Bar Hipsters. was one of them. Just to give you an idea of what we're going for. So they're ones that Disney would never make, but we would because we think they're funny.
Because we think they're funny, yes.
So here's how it's going to work. We're going to come up with a voting system for next week, and in the first hour we're going to decide between these. We're going to have a tournament between these. Look, the Horizon Planters. That's a good one, Jake.
Ooh. Oh yeah, we might as well just have people come up with some in the chat, huh?
Yeah, we can do that. You're going to vote, and the winning one, we're going to actually make into a shirt. We actually have a deal with the company. We can't really announce it yet. We do have to get that launched, though, Jason, very soon.
Yes.
For our own T-shirt store, and we're going to launch with our very first original shirt. Will be our legally unclearable March Magic Tournament winner shirt. So it could be the Horizon Planters or the Hangar Bar Hipsters or Iger's IPs. Could be any one of them.
Or we've also got the TDA Pencil Pushers.
TDA Pencil Pushers.
That's one that certainly that could be legally clearable. It wouldn't be.
They won't do it.
They would never do it. That's right.
Patrick's camera is having like a rave, by the way. Yeah.
So are we going to commercial break, or we're just going right into this as soon as Nick is ready?
We can take a commercial break. Do you need it? Would it be helpful? Oh, he's still doing emails. We can just talk.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah, next week, legally clearable March Magic, and the conclusion of our March Madness tournament, which will be important to you playing along at home, of course. Yeah, so that's going to happen. In the meantime, Nick, I'm going to go ahead and plug our fantastic sponsors. WDW News Tonight is brought to you by Magical Travel. Magical Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner and always ready to assist you in making your next trip to the Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, or board the Disney Cruise Line even more magical. Right now, you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels for stays most nights, April 14th through June 11, 2016, when you book by March 31st. So time's running out. You can also ask about other great deals, including that Summer Awakens package, in fact. Here you go. For more information on this special offer and many, many more, visit them online, magicaltravel.com, and book your next Disney trip today. So, yeah. What else of interest? Hyperspace Mountain, by the way.
Oh, I was just thinking, what else should we talk about?
Nobody's given that thing a positive review. I thought it was spectacular.
I loved it.
Really blown away.
I mean, it's you take Space Mountain, you get rid of the normal Space Mountain music, and you put in Star Wars music. Okay.
And it's not so Rock and Roller Coaster got that one night overlay for the premiere event for Force Awakens, and I was all excited. And then they picked a horrible piece of music that didn't work. For Hyperspace Mountain, it is exactly what you expect. It not only is it the title crawl music at the beginning, it's then the trench run music, and it's spectacular.
It is. So you've got a great soundtrack to the entire ride.
Yeah.
And then you've got projections, which are decent. I mean, the projections aren't spectacular. They're neat. They're not quite very clear or high definition, but they're okay.
Yeah.
You don't see them for very long anyway. But then you've got the laser cannon effects. Those are amazing.
Yeah, it's neat.
And then you've got the one segment near the end where you're basically going head to head with a TIE fighter, and laser blasters are flying back and forth, and then you do like an evasive maneuver to sort of, I guess, go under the track. The track dips down, so you're basically dipping down under.
It's ingenious. I mean, they do it in Ghost Galaxy 2, where you sort of dive away from the blob, as we call him. But yeah, no, it works much better. Like Ghost Galaxy is terrible. In no way should you go see Ghost Galaxy. It's not worth your time. It's awful. This is spectacular. This is everything a Space Mountain overlay should be if they're going to do one.
So that was a lot of fun, definitely.
What do you think of Disneyland Forever?
I liked Disneyland Forever. It was solid. I think if it didn't have like Tinkerbell and Nemo and the fire cannons, it would kind of be mediocre.
Yeah.
But those segments that are really unique definitely add to the show. It's a decent show. I mean, the projections are nice, but I think we've seen enough castle projection mapping now that, that sort of thing doesn't blow me away like it used to the first time I've seen it. But it's a solid show. It's not the best I've seen. It's not the worst I've seen. It's solid. But I'll tell you, the other thing that I was really impressed about was the Big Thunder Mountain explosion.
Oh, you hadn't seen that yet.
I had not seen that yet, no.
Yeah.
So that was really impressive. I like that a lot. That was well done. Very, very similar sort of technology to the laser cannons in Hyperspace Mountain. You've got the fuses that are burning to the explosives at the end.
Projection mapping, and then the coolest thing is the projecting onto a mist, essentially.
Yes.
To create a fire or explosion.
Smoke, foam, fire effects.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. That was another thing that was very impressive. That's kind of a really inexpensive addition to the ride, but it adds so much to it. So I think in that regard, I'm very glad that's coming to Florida too, because I think
it blows away the old Boulder scene.
Yes, even the old Boulder scene that doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, yeah, no.
Boulder scene, yes.
You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm not sure whether everyone knows what you mean.
I think everybody remembers the going that far back. It's only been a couple of years.
Yeah.
And in Florida, you can still see it. It's just not moving.
Right.
It's still there, at least for now.
Oh, and Hatbox Ghost. First time I saw Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah.
So that was incredible. I
New
love
Matterhorn?
That. New Matterhorn was the most painful ride I've ever been on. Without a doubt.
You know what the most painful ride I've ever been on?
No, I do not.
No, let me think about this for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Journey into your imagination.
That was mentally painful, but Matterhorn was physically painful. Yeah. Like, just cramming, and I mean, it couldn't have been any better for you, cramming ourselves into those seats.
The new seat cushions they added like last week are spectacular. Knee problems are still a thing, but this time I got I was in the front of the second car, so my knees didn't bash anything. They were just
So if you're taller than 5'8", try to get in the front of your vehicle instead of the back, because otherwise your knees will be in pain. Like, I was in pain for the rest of the night. We didn't walk back to the hotel at that point, but I wanted to. So.
There you go. I'm trying to think what else. Cars Land. You had not seen Cars Land.
I had not seen Cars Land. So obviously Radiator Springs Racers is spectacular, and so much better than Test Track. I mean, but that's a perfect example. And it's like Indy versus Dinosaur. It's a perfect example of you have the same ride technology, and one of them is pretty bad, and one of them is spectacular.
I feel like it's such an exponential difference from Racers to Test Track, so much greater than Dinosaur to Indy, though.
It is. It's a much larger difference. Agreed. It's a much larger difference.
Yeah, Racers is taking the technology and doing something completely different.
Yeah, the only thing...
just doing something with different scenes.
The only thing that Test Track is better is that it's faster. Racers doesn't get quite as fast.
But they wanted
as Test
to have
Track.
a lower height requirement. They wanted it to be for everybody. And I think the hills and the big turn at the end do
the bunny hops are great. Yes,
it's a great thrill for everybody. Yeah,
it is. So that's another perfect ride. And then I think it's pretty clear that they've also got the bugs worked out of the ride system after Test Track and its many refurbs and everything. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's been like 17 years, so they should. But they have an offline handicap load area that keeps the line moving faster. The load and unload is pretty much the same as Test Track, but they've got the merge point for Fast Pass, and they've got the single rider line set up really ideally for that purpose. So it all just works out well. Plus the queue is phenomenal. Much better than any test track queue of any generation of that ride. So yeah, I loved it. I thought that was great. I thought Mater's Junkyard Jamboree was a lot of fun. That's really like a new take on a cross, some kind of cross between like a tilt-a-whirl and a whip attraction.
And we'll have that in Florida soon as the Little Green Men attraction, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so that was really good. What else?
I want to go on. I have a breakfast rant to go on.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say we can talk about restaurants because that was my first time at Carnation Cafe.
Well, yeah, and I told you, I forewarned you that it was going to be amazing.
Yes, and it was. You were correct. As
Carnation is, and we went for breakfast too. Breakfast is very good, but lunch is.
You sent me a picture of Walt's chili.
Walt's chili was so good.
Chili was great.
Been there, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get Walt's chili every time.
We got dessert too. There was Bavarian chocolate cake. Oh, man.
The dessert was good, and everything was good there. Both times we went.
Yeah.
So what's your breakfast rant? Storytellers?
For the last morning, you weren't there.
Oh, okay.
I went to Carsland, and the line for Flo's was kind of long. And I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe I should finally try the breakfast bread bowl, which are over at the bakery.
Uh-huh.
I
had one of those. I had one of those like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they're gone. They were closed.
Oh.
So I walk back over and I go, well, what are the other breakfast options in the park? Well, there's Fiddler, Pfeiffer, and Practical, which, when they opened in 2012, would have been a great option because there were sandwiches and all sorts of stuff, and they did breakfast. It was really great. But then they killed that at some point. And that was far more publicized than the bread bowls. I knew about that one. So at this point, I'm looking for what else is open. So I go to the Cozy Cone, very well publicized as well. The chili cone queso cone had done breakfast cones for a while. So I walk up to the window. I go, "Oh, do you have the breakfast cone?" She goes, "You're open, right?" She goes, "Yeah." So I look at the menu. I go, "So what are my options at 8:55 this morning?" Well, we have the chili cone queso. There's a mac and cheese cone, and then there's the chicken verde whatever cone. Those are my breakfast options.
See, I'm fine with that.
Needless to say, I got the chili cone queso at 8:55 in the morning because it's really good. I like it very much. And then I went on a Twitter rant the rest of the day about getting the chili cone queso.
So is Flo's the only breakfast option that's open?
Other than Fiddler, Pfeiffer, Practical, yeah. Which is Starbucks.
I 100% agree with you.
Starbucks and Flo's. Which Flo's breakfast is great. I had already done it 3 times this trip, though.
Right, and they don't have that many options. They only have like 3 breakfast entrees.
I had such a problem finding food early at DCA last time I went.
Did you go to Flo's?
I ended up going there, yeah.
It's good. Did you get the French toast?
Yeah.
I will say the breakfast bread bowls were good, but not great.
Someone wrote, "Life is hard, Tom." Yeah.
Yeah. The breakfast bread bowls were good, but it wasn't. It didn't take advantage. Like soup takes advantage of the bread bowl because you can dip it and all that. And there's nothing in the breakfast bread bowls that works that way. So it's like you're eating eggs and a big loaf of bread. And the bread is spectacular, but I don't know if you want to eat an entire loaf of bread with your eggs for breakfast.
I do. That bread's amazing. Perfectly fine with that. Disney mac and cheese is good, but I don't know if I want it at 8 a.m.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go on a rant about storytellers and the characters.
Oh, it's such a good time. Miko and Kenai, man. So, those of you unaware, Storytellers is a breakfast buffet that's usually Chip, Dale, Miko, and then either Coda or Kenai. No one ever knows who Coda, Kenai, or Miko are. And I told Jason, as we're sitting there, I go, look, everyone's going to call him Bear. Everyone's going to call Kenai Bear. So, hey, Bear, look, it's a bear. You know, all kinds of variations.
Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear. Hey, Mr. Bear, can I get a picture?
Hey, Mr. Bear. So he comes over. I go, Kenai, and Jason, you saw it. He was very excited.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and he wanted to spend time with us. He took pictures with us. And then suddenly, like as he's about to go away, the guy behind us goes, "Hey, Mr. Bear!" And then you hear like the people on the other side going, "Hey, look, it's a bear!" And just shaking my head. Like, oh. Of course, as a Disney fan, we're always disgusted when normal people don't know the characters. Then Miko was the same thing. Miko came over and I go, "Hey, it's Miko," and he was just very, very excited about it. I like Miko and I like Brother Bear a lot too. So I was actually legitimately excited to meet them. And I think at one point before they came out, Jason, I said to you, "I'm going to burn this building to the ground."
If there's not one of those characters. Because at the beginning, Chip and Dale were the only two that rocked because it wasn't that crowded.
Yeah.
Yes. And
but eventually they came out and all was good. You still yelled about your French toast the whole time.
I didn't like the French toast was disappointing. The caramel vanilla sauce French toast was disappointing this time around. There just wasn't enough of the caramel vanilla sauce on it. It was much worse than I remember it being last time. So I had to get, I picked up the piece of French toast with the tongs and like smeared it around in the sauce that was in the bottom of the bowl there before I put it on my plate, and then it was good. But it almost didn't even look like it was the caramel French toast because it didn't have any sauce on it. But that was a great breakfast. I mean, it's a very good breakfast buffet, and everything else was very good, so I can't complain. And it has an omelet station, so, I mean, you've got a Disney breakfast buffet with an omelet station. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Nick, how are we doing over there?
So many contestants. We're in the final stretch. I'm sitting at like the final 5 or 6 here. So
okay, folks, we're gonna be ready in a few moments. We will go overtime to finish the round.
Yes, and I greatly apologize to everyone.
Will we be on WBZW or not?
You know what? Yes,
we can be. Okay.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right.
So wherever you're listening, you'll be able to stay tuned into us.
Right.
And
Jason, maybe give people an update on social media.
Real quick.
Okay, I'll tweet.
So I have to say this. Like I look forward to Storyteller's Breakfast when I go to Disneyland. Like that is the first place I go. It is. I love it. I'm a huge fan of the omelet station. I think they have wonderful cooks there. Every single time I went,
everything's so good.
Everything right to order. They put so much good stuff, fresh ingredients in those omelets. They are the best.
Yep, it was spectacular omelets.
What did you think of Carthay?
I loved Carthay.
Yeah,
Carthay to me is probably the best theme park restaurant I've ever eaten in.
Oh.
I mean, you compare it to Brown Derby, it's better than Brown Derby.
I can compare because I went to Brown Derby last night.
Yes, I saw. It's better. It's better than Brown Derby. It's certainly better than Blue Bayou. I don't know. I mean, there's certainly some resort restaurants that are better. Like Steakhouse 55 is spectacular, and that's something we should have probably done, but we didn't.
I've still only done breakfast.
Steakhouse 55 is amazing.
Yeah.
So but Carthay is, and we took the tour. The tour is one of those sort of underappreciated offerings. 10:30 every morning. That they give you a 15-20 minute tour of Carthay while it's not open, so there's no crowds, but you can walk around and look at all the pictures and photos and everything, and they tell you stories. So that was a fantastic. That was a fantastic little tour that we did.
How do you get on that tour? Well,
you just show up at 10:30.
10:30 every morning. You show up out front of Carthay, and there's
a sign outside.
Yeah. And they'll come out and get you and do it. So
I will say also a nice, but it's going to be completely different. Go back through the podcast. Whenever we did it'll be an episode in the middle of June 2012. I believe we had a tour of Carthay where I interviewed someone who worked on Carthay, and we talk about the design of that a lot. But there's also a lot of different stuff on the tour. So maybe I'll record the tour when I go back out in June. Audio record that so people can take a listen, because it was really some really great information. It also gives you a nice quick history of the company too, which I think is a nice. It's a little bit of something for everybody. So if you're not a theme park crazy person, it ties movies and Walt's history into what's going on in the restaurant. So I think it's a nice little tour for everybody. I think even your average park guest would go through and really admire it.
There's a lot you can appreciate that you would probably miss if you just were there to eat. So, like the faces in the table.
Yeah.
Like that's.
And you'll probably never see the private dining room otherwise. So.
Yep, very true.
Wishing well.
Yeah,
under
they
the
took us.
table
They
and
took us
all
in there, and we got to look out the window towards
Some
the front
of us
the
have
park.
eaten in there before. But,
Well, how about that? But we had our own little private room too. Like there's a couple of little rooms that have a
yeah,
round
if you
table.
ever for like 5 or 6, you generally could get what are these side rooms, which are like the Buena Vista, the Hollywood. Oh no, the Hollywood's the other room. It's like the Buena Vista. I forget what the names represent, but the distribution companies and things like that.
But yeah, we had one of those rooms. It was fantastic. Our server was amazing.
Yeah, she was. I've had her before, actually. It's funny she remembered me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that was. I mean, that was great. I think, it's the only eaten there once, but I think the service was better than Brown Derby.
See, now the service when they opened was very, very spotty. So that's a fairly new thing.
Well, I think they've definitely kicked it up.
By the way, souvenir cup of the week. It's the Zootopia Cup from Award Wieners. Yeah.
Yep.
Who else has got it?
I've got one.
Jason's got it. Nick's got it in there somewhere.
Is Nick drinking out of his?
Oh, no, but he's at least got it. There you go. Everybody's got it.
Everybody's got it.
Where's Patrick? What happened to Patrick?
Patrick was kind of in and out and in and out. I don't know. But, yeah, these are the last 3, weren't they? Did you go back the next day?
They did get them back.
Did they? All right.
Yeah. I didn't get your straw because there was a 45-minute line.
I know. I told you not to worry about the straw. We got the last 3 that they had on Sunday, and one of them was missing a straw. So
they told you to come back for it.
They said, just come back tomorrow or later today and we'll get more straws. I'm like, that's all well and good, but I'm not going to wait in a 40-minute line for a straw.
Does anyone have contact with Patrick? Because we need an odd number of people.
Patrick is rebooting his computer.
Oh, okay. Because we're about ready to start. So hopefully everybody's got their brackets ready. Nick, everyone should have their emails? Correct?
Yeah, every contestant has an email. Every contestant has 4 picks, has 4 attraction characters, and every contestant now has one in the 1 through 4 ranking, 1 through the 5 through 8 ranking, 1 in the 9 through 12, and 1 that is ranked 13 through 16.
How about some applause for Nick, really
yeah, hey, Nick! Thank you, Nick, for giving 15 extra minutes to talk about our trip to Disneyland.
I did a little extra work for myself. I forgot that we promised everybody 1 from each thing, which I should have remembered from last year. But you know what? Nonetheless, we got this done. So hopefully everybody has their picks in front of them, and we can start. Do we want to jump right in? We might as well.
We're missing Patrick, but if we're gonna give people a rundown, get things started.
Yeah, let me get that out for you. Okay. And,
I just put the link to the brackets in the chat. So if you want to download your own.
And of course, this is all made possible by the wonderful people at Theme Park Connection.
Who's providing all the prizes. Check them out online at themeparkconnection.com.
So I don't know. I guess the bracket's too small to show up on the video, but that's what it looks like.
That is.
And you can go download it if you need to, or if you're looking at this later, or for next week if you want to.
It's in the chat, right?
It's in the chat. There's the link in the chat.
It's been tweeted.
And there's a link in Twitter. So and then so next week we'll have an updated one because we're only going to do the first round games today. Yes. So we'll have an updated one next week that has the next round ready to go in it. So as soon as Patrick gets back online, we should be ready to go.
Probably start giving people the rules momentarily.
Yeah, you could do that. You could certainly do that a while.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Oh God, that's small. The smallest deck.
I'll go over it.
No, I got it. I'll just go like this. No. Anyway. Do you have music? Did we do that?
Well, that was what I was going to do instead of that, but we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We had to do this instead.
Give me the news tonight theme at least.
You want the news
give me
tonight theme? I could give you something.
Yeah, give me some music, some excitement.
No.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. How about that's sporty? No.
California Screaming?
That's very upbeat. Like I could see that being the intro to. All right, fine, whatever.
What do you got? Give me something.
The
excitement, folks. Yeah, mitigated excitement right now. Yeah, I know. Who knows how late we're going to be here tonight, folks? We'll see.
Well, the show can't go past midnight, Tom, or you're going to turn into a pumpkin.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to begin the 2016 edition of WDWNT, The March Madness.
Is it?
I know. Just go with it. So last year we did attractions. And there was this epic battle between attractions, and we did, what was it? It ended up being current versus all time, and of course Journey into Imagination won in the end. I think it was Journey into Imagination versus
Splash.
Pirates?
No, Splash.
Oh, versus Splash. That's right.
Yeah.
Surprised Mansion got knocked out by Grand Fiesta.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh,
Yes.
it's weird. Grand Fiesta Tour had this amazing run.
That was the upset of the.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the way this is going to work, there was a pre-tournament email sign-up for those of you out there who did sign up. You know about this already. The form had to be submitted by 9 p.m., so you're already in. You've got your 4 picks. You have a 1 through 4 seed. You have a 5 through 8 seed, a 9 through 12, and a 13 through 16. You need to, of course, tune in through the show tonight and, of course, next week to play. The 4 characters you're assigned can win you points. The way they do that is through victories. A first-round win is worth 1 point. A second round, 1 point. The Swell 16 round gets you 2 points. The Exciting 8 gets you 2 points. The Phantasmic 4, 3 points. And the Championship round win, another 3 points. And whoever has the most points at the end is the grand prize winner. But the top 8 in total are going to get prize packages. Now, the interesting thing in all this, well, first of all, how it works is the panel decides the winner. So we have a panel of 5. Patrick's there now.
Hi!
Hi, Patrick. Panel of 5 who's going to, each matchup, going to chime in and make the decision. Majority rules, just like Horizon. And make the decision about who moves on in the tournament. However, you, the listener, who have registered to play, can change the outcome by calling in. A listener who is registered and playing in our contest may call in once during the run of the tournament and place a vote for an attraction that is worth 2 votes more than any single panelist. Due to potential listening delays, unlike last year, your call does not have to come in while we are deliberating. You have until the end of the round to get that in. We'll give you a couple minutes extra at the end, and I'll let you know when it's officially over.
Yep.
The number to call, of course, is 407-774-8255. And we'll take those. Even if you want to call while we're talking, Nick will take that call because it will change the outcome of things.
Yeah.
New this year, those of you in the chat, even if you are or are not registered, have a chance to play a role in the outcome. We'll give people in the chat the chance to sway the votes. First of all, you can use the live chat to voice your opinions, of course. But second, whenever you type in all caps to stand out, so we ask you not to use all caps except for this situation, you can write the words "I vote for" and then the name of the character. You will have the chance to win a prize from Theme Park Connection. At the end of each round, we will randomly pick out 1 vote from the chat, count that vote, and send you a prize from Theme Park Connection, the one person we choose. So we'll probably try and choose one we might think will sway the vote. Nick and I will sort of be the judges on that in particular, but a fun new way to sway things. And again, top 8 contestants overall going to win prizes, but also you in the chat have chances for prizes as well. Jason, if we can put the number in the chat. Again, it's 407-774-8255.
And also with that, this is where some strategy kicks in. Do you want to call tonight and sway us in the first round, or do you want to try to hold your vote till a later round?
Attractions make it. Obviously, if all 4 of yours are in danger of being eliminated tonight, you're going to want to get some help. But anyway. Nick, are we ready to start this? Let me introduce the panel real quick. We got Jason Diffendahl,
Howdy, hey.
We got Nicholas Cicero over there, of course. We got Patrick Hackett.
Jimmy Chongas.
Yeah.
And Ron Deanna.
Aloha.
And me, the panel of 5. All right, everybody out there in the chat, ready to go? Because it's time once again for March Magic, and probably a much more argument-filled one. So again, last year we did attractions, and I came up with an idea last year, but Nick and I, the last 2 months, couldn't remember what the hell the idea was. And so we've been sitting here, and I started this morning writing up restaurants because I thought that's what it was.
And we knew this idea was great. We loved it. We're so excited.
And so I'm writing up restaurants, and then Nick texts me, and in the middle of Nick's text, it hit me finally, and I'm like, I remember the idea. The idea was original attraction characters. So what we have here are 64 Walt Disney World original attraction characters. These are characters that were created for these attractions or offering. They did not exist before these attractions, so completely original. If they had appeared in a movie or TV show or whatever before, they did not count. So these are, again, beloved theme park icons of the last 45 years. And, we thought about how heated the debates were last year with attractions. I somehow think people love these characters even more, so I think this is going to get real ugly real fast. And in fact, I'm counting on it. So, Nick, what do you say we get started? You got a little music for me?
Really?
If not, it's
really? There is no music. That is what I'm trying to tell you. I apologize. Next week we will have it because next week the brackets will already be done. We got Tom. You should be excited. We got so much response to this. It put me to work a lot longer than I thought.
Way more entries than last year. So thank you, everyone.
We doubled doubled last year's entries. It's insane.
That's great.
So thank you, everyone.
All right. Well, let's not waste any time. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Matchup number 1. It's the hitchhiking ghost of the Haunted Mansion versus the groundskeeper with dog from the Haunted Mansion. These were randomized, by the way, so I don't know how that happened, but there's actually a couple of those somehow. So, illustrious panel, have at it. Which one's better and why?
Hitchhiking ghosts. Because there's more of them.
Because there's more. And they're well fed, unlike the dog. I'm picking the groundskeeper and the dog because I like animals. I think the hitchhiking ghosts are overrated. I like the groundskeeper, man.
I like the groundskeeper and the dog as well. I think there's a cooler feel to it. The hitchhiking ghost, though, they might push through with that upgrade they just recently got.
See, that's what keeps me on the fence. I like how they interact with you, but you know what? When I was a kid, I more remembered the caretaker and the dog. That's what I always look for. I've always cherished that one. Going with the caretaker. Groundskeeper.
Not that it matters, but I'd say the hitchhiking ghost. I think they're just more memorable in general.
Is it? Do we have an upset already?
We have an upset already.
We do. Is that 3-2?
That's 3-2 unless somebody calls in.
All right.
Somebody calls in.
I'm writing it in.
3-2. The groundskeeper dog, a 16 taken down a 1.
What on earth? The hitchhiking ghosts are out in the first round.
Unbelievable.
One of the most iconic trios. The most iconic characters, perhaps, in theme park history, and we just knocked them out already.
They're only iconic because Disney markets them as such.
But someone could call in. A call-in is worth 2 points.
Call-in would definitely sway it.
That would throw the hitchhiking ghosts forward, so...
Now, if somebody in the chat picks hitchhiking ghosts, does that worth 2 points too, or does that?
It would be worth 2 points, but we're only going to pick one. I see a couple of people voting, but we'll see in the end if we pick those. Somebody keep track of those, maybe.
They'll be in the chat. We'll just scroll
You all only get one out there, so if you're using it now, you don't get another one later.
Dun, dun, dun.
So,
well, you get one next week, right? In the
you
chat.
get one each round next week, but not
right. But you only get
again,
one tonight because it's the first round.
I see a couple of people burning it already out there in the chat. So, all right. So groundskeeper over the hitchhiking ghost. Jeez,
wow.
The seating is bad. Anyway, all right. The next one is going to be Buzzy from Cranium Command, your host, versus Trader Sam, the head salesman of the jungle aboard the Jungle Cruise. What do we think, panel?
Never been a big Trader Sam fan. Buzzy Buzzy has a lot more character. But Buzzy was
Use
fun.
your head, don't lose your head, Nick.
Yeah.
Buzzy was a fun character to go see. I don't go to the Jungle Cruise to see Trader Sam, but yeah, no.
You went there to see Buzzy?
Yeah. I went to the Wonders of Life Pavilion to see Buzzy. Of course I did.
One of these characters has not one, but 2 popular drinking establishments named after him, and it's Trader Sam.
Buzzy, there's probably a Buzzy somewhere, because you get buzzed when you drink.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so I certainly get a little buzzy when I drink at Trader Sam's.
There's Buzz Beer?
That's different. Nope. That was a thing on the Drew Carey show.
Yelling at you from somewhere right now.
I'm going to vote, all right, so I'm going to vote Buzzy, because Buzzy lives in Epcot.
So it's 2-1 Buzzy so far. Ron, what do you think?
I'm going with Buzzy. He's more of a character.
Man. I'm going with Trader Sam because I love the bar.
Yeah.
Also, I liked his name better as Chief Nami, but he's always been my favorite. And yeah, it doesn't matter though. 3-2. Buzzy over Trader Sam, man.
That's another upset, although a minor one at this point.
So is the final vote on that one?
3-2 for Buzzy.
Wow.
Yeah, someone in the chat said, isn't Buzzy a friend of Whiny? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably Whiny's best friend, in fact.
Hey,
Do
guys.
we have enough characters to fill out our own bracket?
Hold on.
Breaking news. We got a vote in for the Haunted Mansion. We got a call-in vote for the Hitchhiking Ghost from the Haunted Mansion, which overturns our decision as of right now, but you guys can keep
Someone
calling
else
and
can
voting.
call. 4-3, though. It's going to be Hitchhiking Ghost unless somebody does something.
Put your shirt down, Ron.
Yeah.
What happened? What's Ron doing? Oh, Ron's got the Hitchhiking Ghost.
That's how
We should have done that, representing characters. I didn't think about it.
We got a call from Chris. He said he just could not let this defeat stand.
All
He
right.
had to move on.
We'll see what happens.
But you guys can still call and pump up the votes for them.
I like how we're only 2 in.
Or turn them around by 407-774-8255.
30 to go!
Yay, let's keep it rolling.
All right, here's my personal favorite matchup of the whole first round. It is the Carnotaurus of Dinosaur versus the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad Goat. Very Jurassic Park-esque matchup happening here.
Is.
Perhaps a different outcome. Go ahead,
One
Pat.
will certainly eat the other.
Yes. Go ahead, Jason.
As much as I dislike Dinosaur, the Carnotaurus is pretty cool, so that's my vote.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I mean, ours doesn't have dynamite, so you have to go with the Carnotaurus.
I mean, the goat had a social media account. That was fun while it lasted. I go goat.
YouTube video series that's ongoing.
Oh, still?
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. He interviews other attraction characters, which I
did not know
feel
that
is a huge ripoff of everything we've ever done on this show. But
Well, I still go goat.
Goat, goat. Ron.
Going goat, that was a
Go,
great
goat!
marketing campaign.
And you know what I'm gonna say?
Goat.
Goat. It's such a huge part of WDWNT history, the goat. We used to have a segment where it was literally if the goat was there or not, and Crystal Straps would come on and go, the goat is in. And that would be the whole segment. So in honor of that, I've always loved the goat, and Jason will attest to this. Everyone who's ever been on Big Thunder with me, it is a tradition that Tom Corliss screams the word goat when you pass the goat. I love the Carnotaur and I love Dinosaur, but I'm sorry, folks, the goat is in.
Another upset.
3-2, the goat.
3 upsets.
I think Go Go Goats needs to be a March Magic shirt.
Go Goat is now the rallying call for the goat through this tournament.
Wow.
Well, the goat is already a March Magic shirt.
It is.
Oh, I was thinking of Goat and Go Go Boots.
And that's going to be in the Christmas pocket. Zebra Glenn's going to bring him out. Anyway. Next matchup, the Sea Serpent from the World of Motion versus the Termite-ator from It's Tough to Be a Bug. Go ahead, panel.
I don't know. The Terminator is I think he's too high of a seed. Like he's not that cool. I mean, he's okay. He's funny.
Well, they were seeded in terms of park, so he was the fourth coolest.
That's
at Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Animal Kingdom doesn't have many cool characters.
No, they don't.
Sea Serpent is easily wins this one.
Okay.
Terminator.
You're voting for the Terminator. Why?
Just because I'm going to be the absolute only one to say the Terminator, because all you other Epcot nerds are going to go, yeah, World of Motion, yeah.
All right. Ron, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with the Sea Serpent. It was a most memorable part of a very whimsical ride.
Yeah. Jason, I know your answer.
Yes, you do. It's Sea Serpent.
Yep, Sea Serpent for me too. 4-1.
Nice.
The Sea Serpent, another upset. Again, my seating sucked. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next matchup: the Spaceship Earth Caveman Umbale versus Madame Leota. This should be an interesting one.
I can't believe Madame Leota is a 14 seed.
Yeah, seriously. She should be
Well,
way
I tried to mix up. If a single attraction had them, I tried to space them out.
Well, that makes some kind of sense.
Everyone going Leota here?
I'm going Caveman because Caveman's in Epcot.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm going Caveman too, just because I just enjoy that scene. I can't go Madame Leota. She's not my favorite character in the Haunted Mansion, so can't put her through here.
2 for Caveman.
I could really agitate Ron again. I mean, we did just patch our friendship up after last year's Caballeros disaster.
Oh, the Grand Fiesta Tour, man.
But no, Madame Leota.
Imagine Fiesta Tour now with the animatronics would be unstoppable.
It would.
It'd be a 1 seed. I'll go with Leota.
Oh, he picked Leota. All right, 2-1 against Leota, Ron.
Really, you're gonna ask on this one?
All right, Leota, fine.
2-2.
You're the tiebreaker.
Madame Leota has never done anything.
I know.
I don't really care. Oh, no. Umbale has done a lot for me. So the Caveman. Woo! Caveman moving on. 3-2.
3-2.
That is not an upset. This is not a non-upset.
No.
What just happened?
I think Ron quit.
Did he?
Ron's leaving.
Ron is very upset, apparently.
This one's
I
easily.
think I broke my door. Yeah, I broke the closet door.
Right.
One phone call can sway this one. 407-774-8255.
Yeah. Next matchup, Nine-Eye from the Timekeeper versus its neighbor across the street, Skippy from the Alien Encounter and now Stitch's Great Escape. Go ahead, panel.
This one's a tough one.
Isn't it? I love both of these characters.
This one's probably the tough one.
I think you. Oh, good, Jason.
I'm gonna go with the only one that I have the plush of, which would be Skippy.
Yeah.
Is there a Nine-Eye plush?
No.
There is not.
There's like one pin.
I'm going Nine-Eye. I think it was just a better character, just a more fun character, and yeah, we're going that way.
I think you need to pick sometimes the character that knows your name. So I'm going with Nine-Eye.
Wow. That was the worst.
I know.
Make the connection. Rhea Perlman of Cheers fame voiced Nine-Eye.
Great.
Go ahead, Ron.
Skippy.
So
2-2.
These are two, like, number one, the Timekeeper is one of my favorite attractions of all time. Number 2, though, the Alien Encounter pre-show is quite possibly my favorite pre-show of all time. And it's mostly because of Skippy.
Wow.
I'm going to have to go with Skippy. So you know what we're going to say to Nine-Eye? Bon voyage! Unless someone calls in, of course, because it's 3-2 for Skippy.
Skippy for the win.
Bon voyage. No, Skippy, you may not escape. You're moving on. Anyway, on to the next matchup. Speaking of Timekeeper, Next matchup is the Timekeeper versus Chester and Hester from Dino-Rama. To make your dinosaur move forward or backward. Anyway. So what do we think, Chester and Hester or the Timekeeper? What's the better original character? Robin Williams versus two really bad Southern accents.
Is this even like a competition here? I mean, Chester and Hester aren't even in 3 dimensions.
Hey, Hester and Chester, you're not even funny in 3D.
Definitely Timekeeper on this one.
What's swaying me here is
I can't believe you're being swayed.
Chester and Hester have an awesome shop. One of my favorite shops at Walt Disney World.
But you know what they say, Nick? Chardonnay gone tomorrow.
That's true. I enjoy spending time there, and for what they have given me, I am going with Chester and Hester.
Oh, why?
I gave you my reasons.
All right.
I will gladly go with the Timekeeper.
Yep. Ron?
It's Robin Williams. It's got to be the Timekeeper.
Well, I guess what we have to say to Chester and Hester is goodbye, Trevor. Take care. Because it's going to be these are going to get worse, folks. It's going to be 4-1 for the Timekeeper.
Fair enough. Timekeeper moves on.
Moves on, and maybe he'll lose his luggage. Who knows? Next one. We have Ham and Eggs from the Kitchen Cabaret versus Ali Sansan from Star Tours The Adventures Continue.
I'll just take this one because everybody knows it's going to be Ham and Eggs.
Ham and Eggs.
It's an Epcot.
One more like that, Jason, and you'll get the hook for sure. Patrick?
But there's Nick. Okay.
Go ahead, Patrick.
I'm going with Ali Sansan. Bye-bye.
Ron?
Yolks on you with Ham and Eggs.
2-1 Ham and Eggs.
Wow.
Nick, what do you think?
Gosh, I love the design of Allie's robot. Perfect voice acting. I'm going with Allie.
2-2. This is tough. Ham and Eggs definitely appeals to my sense of humor. But, I'm going to have to say to them, bye-bye, because Allie's just so good. That pre-show out there where she's like, other touring companies are a blur, and she's doing the whole like ridiculous Delta ad. It's just so, and she does the finger wag.
Yeah, the finger wag.
It's just so perfect.
It's delivered
Ham and Eggs are
perfectly.
wonderful, but Ali Sansan's got to get the win. I'm sorry, Jason.
All right, Ali Sansan moves on. We're a fourth of the way through right now, and we've had one call totally turn around one of our matchups so far. You guys can do the same by calling 407-774-8255 if you're registered in the tournament and want to sway one of our decisions so far.
Someone in the chat just said, I like the Peach Boys the best. And someone else said, I want to be your high fiber. Little Peter Gabriel.
Yep.
Food Rocks. Food Rocks character coming up later, but I don't think he's going to make it. We'll see. Speaking of we're not going to make it,
nice
Dr.
segue.
Seeker versus the Sleeping Pigs from Pirates of the Caribbean. Panel, I think I know where you're going to go with this one.
Dr. Seeker, of course.
Has to be Seeker.
Seeker.
And one heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. So we're 5-0 on this one, right?
Yep.
All right, first
Dr.
unanimous.
Seeker, 5-0 over the Pigs. I do love Mark Davis's Pigs. Let's not get anyone wrong. The design is wonderful, and I love them. But Dr. Seeker, man. All right. Next up, it's Mr. Broccoli versus the Goose Droids from Star Tours.
This one's difficult.
It is.
This one is difficult because the Goose Droids are so good. They really are. But just because Ham and Eggs didn't make it, I'm going to have to go with Mr. Broccoli.
Okay. Cha-cha-cha. Patrick, what do you think? Oh, we lost Patrick. Ron, what do you think?
Coming back. Patrick's coming back.
Patrick's here. But he's muted.
He's muted. I don't know why. Unmute yourself. Patrick.
Oh, waiting for him. I'm going Mr. Broccoli.
Oh, so we got 2 for Broccoli.
I'll go Goose Droids because I'm counting the security droid in there.
Oh, yeah, you can count either version. Yeah, they're the same. He's saying he can't unmute himself, Jason. Could you unmute him?
I'm trying to do that. I don't know how.
Are we 2-2, or did I write down 1 extra vote
I
somehow?
think you wrote down 1 extra vote.
What do you got? What's
All right,
what?
are you? No, Patrick is still muted.
I can do it. Hold on.
Patrick, hold up. 1 for Goose Droid, 2
I'm
for
clicking
Broccoli.
it. It's not doing anything.
Yeah, I know. That's Patrick says Goose Droid.
I don't know what he did. All right. Anyway. So what is that, 2-2?
Oh, the light's back.
There he is. Patrick's back.
He's still muted, though.
He's still muted, though.
Hit the microphone.
There
I
he
tried.
goes.
Goose Droid!
Oh, there you go. Goose Droid.
Goose
Yeah.
Droid!
2-2.
All
So
right.
I'm going to go... This is tough, man.
You're always the tiebreaker. That's not fair.
I know.
Go
We
last.
rotated it around differently last time, so he wasn't a tiebreaker.
I let my guests go first. That's what you're supposed to do. I do it on the show, too. I'm going to go with the Goose Droids.
He likes the
I
power.
do love the Goose Droids, man.
Goose Droids. Yeah, no, it's a hard one. This was probably my hardest one so far, but Goose Droids are great.
This one's going to be I don't know how I'm going to pick here. Both from the Enchanted Tiki Room, Clyde and Claude versus Jose. No one wants to go on this?
It's a hard one. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going Clyde and Claude.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
I just think maybe more memorable characters for me personally. I just like the look and the. I think. I mean, Jose is not even my favorite of the main
I agree
4.
with that. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was going to try and get all 4 in here, but there just was not enough space.
I guess that's more the deciding factor there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clyde and Claude. They're more memorable. They feel more important. I feel like Jose is kind of one of the less important of the main 4.
And somewhat
Yes.
I got to go for the narcoleptic macaw.
Yeah, you had to wake him up a lot, didn't you?
Over 1,000 times.
I'm jealous and also not jealous.
I still have nightmares about that show.
Oh my.
Jason.
I'm gonna go with Jose.
All right. Why?
Because there's at least one Jose that I have to like.
Wow.
Inside joke. This, for those of you who know me, Journey into Imagination, Tiki Room, and Delta Dreamflight are pretty much my 3 favorites that have ever existed on the list. Spectral Magic's in there. But as far as attractions. So this is really difficult. But I love Clyde and Claude, man. That pre-show is so well done, especially follow up such a great pre-show in California with something original and different. It's still just full of a lot of good comedy and heart. Yeah. So they're moving on. It's about as much fun as New Year's Eve in the Orange Groves. 3-2 for Clyde and Claude. But anyone can
yeah, people
sway that.
can sway that one easily. 407-774-8255. A lot of people, I know last year people just really waited till the later round. So.
All right, next up we got Rover from Carousel of Progress versus the 3-headed troll from Maelstrom.
This one is a tough one because Rover's like almost in Epcot. And the 3-headed troll is in Epcot.
Every one of Jason's things is just always Epcot related.
Yeah. As much as I like the 3-headed troll, I'm going to have to break with my policy here and go with Rover.
Wow.
It's a Wall original.
Wow. Right.
But the 3-headed troll is so much fun. It's just such a cool part of that weird ride. I'm going 3-headed troll. It's well done. I like the voice too. It's just cool.
Ron, Patrick.
I'm going with the troll.
2 for troll.
Make it 3 for the 3-headed troll.
Make it
He's
4.
in Epcot, Jason.
Yeah. I'm going to make it 4. Probably one of, if not the most quotable line in attraction history. Back over the falls. That's where Rover's going, unfortunately. And the 3-headed troll moves on.
Woo!
All right, the next one we've got Warden Wilson Matua of Kilimanjaro Safaris versus Tom Morrow 2.0 of Interventions. What do we think? Oh, wait.
Hold on.
I'm receiving word that we have a call, Nick.
We just got a call in from Valerie, and she is putting her vote in for Jose.
Oh, no!
Whoa!
That brings Jose's vote total to 4.
His siesta was pretty short.
And now, as of right now, Jose will be moving on to round 2 over Clyde and Claude.
And remember, with phone calls, you could jolly well do one at a time. So anyway, we were doing. Everyone's gonna hate me by the end of this.
Yep, we sure are.
So Warden Wilson Matua versus Tom Morrow 2.0. What do we think, Ben?
I'm gonna go with Tom Morrow 2.0.
Wow.
Because he's in Epcot. and Warden Wilson doesn't exist anymore.
Simba 1.
Yeah, Tom Morrow was at Epcot, but he should never have been. Let's with Warden Wilson.
Patrick?
I will go with Warden Wilson. I missed that storyline quite a bit. Yeah. So Warden Wilson all the way.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm going with Warden Wilson as well because it brought a storyline to the safari that's missing now.
Because he's named Tom, I'm picking Tom. Also, because he hosted the TV segment on the Disney Channel. Imagineer that. It doesn't matter. It's 3-2 Wilson.
Yeah, but now it can be swayed.
Wilson! Anyway. All right, let's move on. The redhead from Pirates of the Caribbean versus the ghost host of the Haunted Mansion.
Unfair. I don't like this.
What are you talking about? She's got cleavage.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, she got my vote.
Oh,
but
does she?
I feel bad.
Oh.
I feel bad not voting
Rod's
for
gonna lose his mind!
voices, but no, redhead, of course.
Ron, what do you think?
I'm going with Master Gracie.
Ghost host, okay. We sure that's Master Gracie? It's still never been proven.
I just want to say, Ron, you're a great friend, but bring me the redhead.
Yeah!
So it's 2-1 redhead right now, Jason. Neither of these are Epcot. No, neither one is in Epcot. But you talked about quotable lines. I mean, the Ghost Host has an immense number of quotable lines.
Yeah.
And the redhead might have a quotable line about her, but it's not her line. So definitely the Ghost Host.
Come on, Tom.
I've had a bad track record with redheads.
Good night, everybody.
So I'm going with the Ghost Host.
Oh.
But not only because that, Jason said it. Like, how many great lines are there? And they're all from him.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely.
Is this room actually stretching? Materializing for a swinging wake? Come on, I mean, a ghost will follow you home. Jeez, like, how many lines does this guy need to distract you from this pair of breasts, men? Like,
Apparently, 999 more.
I mean, it's not as quotable as the Houdini pre-show, but I mean, it's good.
Don't you dare.
Oh, my Lord.
Don't you dare. Jeez. All right. Bill McKim of Test Track versus the Spectro Men of Spectro Magic. I think I know where we're going to go, folks. Even though I love Spectro. Go ahead.
It has to be Bill McKim. Quotable.
That's one.
Of course. Bill McKim's the greatest.
I am afraid of what the Spectrumen will do to me if I don't vote for them. So.
Are you picking Spectrum Man?
I'm picking the Spectrum, and they're just too
What?
creepy. not to.
You work for WDWNT.
Yes, and I'm very, very sick of that joke.
Is Bill McKim getting a shirt next week? Does he have?
I think there is the 2, 5, and 7.
He must
I
be.
think
There
so.
is.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, thanks to the fact that there are some Spectrum Men wannabes in Paint the Night, I don't feel bad voting against the Spectrum Men. So, Bill McKim.
So 3-1, Bill. Nick.
Oh, I thought. I already said Bill
Oh.
McKim. Yeah.
Oh no, so it's 3-1.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pick Bill McKim. So that's 5, and number 7 moves on.
There you go. 7.
Yeah, 7.
I would like to
By
change
the way,
my
you're
vote.
fired after this. So yeah, Bill McKim moving on, of course.
The 7 seed moving on.
The 7.
7.
You're the worst. I'm so angry about this.
Anyway, moving on. Next, we have a different Bill. Bill, the drunk with the cats from Pirates of the Caribbean, versus the dog with keys from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Definitely the puppy dog.
Dog with keys?
Love the dog with keys. Yeah. He's adorable. He's taunting people.
Ron, what do you think?
Here, kitty, kitty.
Okay, so Bill.
Bill's creepy.
So 1-1. Jason.
I am going to have to go with the Bill.
Why Bill over the dog?
Because he gets to hang around with pussycats.
He's closer to Epcot somehow.
Geographically
closer to Epcot.
Oh, boy.
No, the dog was always like a fun thing, but the dog, like, they're handing the dog food and it's not going anywhere. The dog is just dumb to me.
Jason, it's an animatronic.
I know, but it can move.
So it's 2-1 for Bill so far.
I'm going to tie it up. The dog with the keys, I had to pull myself away from buying that plush recently on my last trip because it's just awesome.
This is tough because I really love both of these characters. Bill is so funny. How about he's offering rum to cats? I mean, it's so funny. But then the dog is just so quintessential. I want to pick Bill, but I gotta pick the dog with.
I think the dog's a better gag too.
It's not to me, but it's more quintessential, and we're trying to pick the best character.
Somebody will need to call in.
Yeah, dog with keys right now. All right, let's move to the other side. It's only 11:06.
Yeah, halfway
Doing pretty
done.
good. We'll be done by 11:30 unless we get into a big argument here.
You want to sway a vote? You can call us 407-774-8255.
Next one, we have Captain RX-24, Captain Rex of Star Tours versus the wonderful Winking Hippo of It's a Small World. This is the matchup that is tearing me apart inside. I love both of these characters so much. But go ahead.
Hippo's my absolute favorite character in It's a Small World.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, I mean, Rex in Star Tours is my most favorite thing at Walt Disney World, just about. So, going with Rex.
Every time I hear Captain Rex on Star Wars Rebels, I get very upset that it is not this Captain Rex. It has to be Rex.
All right, Ron?
Yeah, it's got to be Rex. Just a great, center point for that ride.
Yeah. Jason?
If the hippo had quotable lines, I would pick the hippo. But he doesn't, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I love the hippo so much, but Rex, without Rex, I may have never loved Star Wars, so I don't really know.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's 5-0 Rex. I love you, hippo. I'm sorry.
And that is our second shutout.
Yeah. What was the other one? It was Dr. Seeker. No surprise on this show.
Yeah, so 2 number 1s were our shutouts.
This next one's tough.
Tough.
It is Sir from the original Alien Encounter. The original, I don't know, there was never another one. From the now gone Alien Encounter versus Hooter from Captain EO.
I'm going to have to go with the only one of these that I have the plush of. Hooter.
The only one that's at Epcot.
And he happens to be at Epcot, yes.
I have to go with Hooter as well. Just I always enjoyed. I thought he was funny, and yeah, no, I just have to go with Hooter. More memories there.
Patrick?
Oh, this is so tough. Hooter is amazing, but he's little more than comic relief. Sir is such an amazing part of what was a show that didn't get enough of a chance. And if you look at what's replaced, even with nothing replacing it, I think it's Sir. I think Sir was way better than Hooter.
Ron?
Yeah, it's Sir for me. I love Hooter. I used to use the "I ate it" line as a kid for some reason all the time whenever my parents asked me where I put something. But yeah, it's Tim Curry.
Yeah. You know what line I used all the time as a kid? Bon voyage! So goodbye, Hooter. 3-2 for certain. That pre-show. Hooter's wonderful.
I know.
But that pre-show.
I'm changing my vote.
What do you mean you're changing?
I'm changing
You can't
my
change your
vote.
vote.
I can
No,
change
it's
my
in.
vote.
It's in.
It's not in.
What do you change your vote to?
I'm going to Sir. I'm adding another vote to Sir.
All right.
Oh, he's worried that someone's going to call in and override Sir.
I'll allow it. Whatever.
Why would I care? Why would I care about that?
This is why we have election
of
trouble in
robots
Florida.
moving
Why are you
on,
changing your votes?
Because I was swayed by some of your arguments. I think he's a more integral part to his show.
Someone in the chat just put a GIF of Captain Rex that says "deal with it." It's my favorite thing ever. Yeah, in memory of Phil Hartman and the still with us wonderful Tim Curry. All right, next up I have the great movie ride Cowboy versus Bonnie Appetit. Jason, get it over with already. I want your vote already.
Bonnie Appetit.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's at Epcot. Yeah. Nick?
That was quick. Cowboy. GMR Cowboy.
Okay.
Can we put something from another bracket through? Like, can we put Hooter here? Man, I'm gonna go with Bonnie Appetit. There's something kitschy about
Yeah,
it.
this matchup's kind of but Ron.
I gotta
Ron's
go
in pain.
I got to go with Bonnie Appetit because half the time the cowboy still has the Jersey accent.
Yeah, I'm going with Bonnie. I don't even like Bonnie. I think she's kind of dumb. Like she doesn't really add anything to that show.
But she still exists.
Yeah, and the GMR Cowboy doesn't always. What do you mean she still exists? Oh, she's at Central Shop.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. So Bonnie Appetit moving on 4-1. Next up, Henry from the Country Bear Jamboree versus the Aerosmith manager. Nick, what do you think?
I'm going with Aerosmith manager.
You know, she's usually not like this.
One of my favorite free shows.
Oh my.
Well, Jason.
I gotta go with Henry.
Yeah. Ron?
Henry.
Patrick?
Man, this is actually tougher than it looks. I don't know why the Aerosmith manager's a 4 seed, but I think you got to go with what's more iconic, and I think the Country Bear is way more than, somebody who actually turned out to be a decent Hollywood actor in a pre-show. I'm going to go with Henry.
Yeah, Henry's just more iconic. I love her in that role, but Henry is the host of the Country Bear Jamboree, man.
He is?
Yeah. He is.
No, it wasn't the question. That was he is. He is.
Sticking with the Country Bear Jamboree, the next matchup has Big Al versus the Geese from It's a Small World. This is another one that rips me up inside.
Does it really? I don't even know how to
This one's not hard at all for me.
love the Geese.
How can you not love Big Al?
I know, I love him too.
Big Al's the best, easily. Big Al.
Big Al.
Big Al.
Everyone else pick Big Al?
Yes.
Geese. I love those geese. If you ever play the game, there's the game. If you could be one animal in Small World, which one would you be?
Oh.
And I always pick the geese.
The leopard with the umbrella.
That'd be the leopard.
Good choice.
So is the hippo, but I don't know. I love those geese.
I'm sorry, that's a game I never.
No.
You
Never
should.
played.
It's a fun game.
We just played it.
You could play that in every ride. Which animatronic would you want to be? There you go. Big Al. Big Al moving on. Next up, General Knowledge versus Melvin, Buff, and Max. There's a lot of Country Bears bunched in here.
Yep.
Hey, Jason, which one's in Epcot?
Melvin, Buff, and Max are so iconic. So memorable.
You know, Jason, if you can't say something nice.
Just be quiet. I've got to go with Melvin, Buff, and Max.
Nice. Yeah, me too.
Got to.
They're my favorite part of the Country Bears show.
I mean, they're so good, they put them in the Pooh ride at Disneyland, so really.
That's why they are in there, yep. Ron?
It's really tough, but since he's the underdog right now, I'm going with General Knowledge.
All right. Patrick?
Melvin, Buff, and Max. Give me that Country Bear love.
Yeah.
I love General Knowledge, but Melvin, Buff, and Max. I love them. I used to sit in the mile-long bar and just stare at them. Just stare at them. I love them so much. So much so that Target had like a fake, like a plywood moose head. It's real cheap looking, but I bought it for my cubicle at work just because it kind of looked like Melvin. And I love Melvin, man. So, yeah. 4-1, Melvin, Buff, and Max.
You can find a lot of mounted animal heads down here in Florida. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
At Target.
but not many that look like Melvin.
That's true.
Anyway. Next up, it's Waldo C. Graphic from Muppet Vision 3D versus the Robot Butler from Horizons.
Yeah, this is really not a question, the Robot Butler.
You know what? This one's hard because I loved Waldo when I was younger. He gets more and more annoying as a...
He's supposed to be.
I know, but he just gets more and more sour. I almost cringe at times now.
Bouncing up people's heads.
But I just never had an affection for the Robot Butler, so I'm going Waldo.
Ron?
It's tough. I mean, I prefer the Butler, and I think Waldo's annoying, but Waldo is central to the show, and he's got lines, so I think I need to go with Waldo, and I didn't intend to go that way.
So what is it, 2-1 Waldo right now?
Yeah.
Patrick?
Waldo is the worst part of one of my favorite attractions. Honestly, if him and Bean actually left, it would make it better.
As long as you're going out.
Yeah. Robot Butler.
So it's 2-2. It's all up to me.
All right, where you going?
You know, the Robot Butler is cool, but Waldo C. Graphic is really important to that show. And I love his obnoxiousness.
Oh.
I love it so much. Now I can start my own football team. So I'm picking Waldo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
3-2 Waldo.
3-2.
Someone can sway that, though. All right. The next matchup is Constance, the Murderous Bride, versus the Yeti from Expedition Everest. Both of which don't really move. Jason, what do you think?
This one's tough because I do like the Yeti. I'm going to go... I feel bad for the Yeti because he's so broken. I'm going to go with the Yeti.
I actually like the story surrounding the Yeti more than I like Constance's story. Even though, you know, he doesn't Yeti doesn't reach his full potential, but I'm still going for him as well. So the Yeti.
Okay. Patrick?
I'm going to back my buddy Ron up on this one because the Yeti isn't functioning and Constance works enough. No, he's going to throw me under the bus. All right, I'm going with Constance.
2-1 for Constance. Ron?
You know, I never loved the attic upgrade. I think the Yeti is better. I like the old Beating Heart Bride better than the modern one, so I'm going to go with the Yeti.
All right, 2-2. The Yeti works. It's really, really amazing when it did work. Constance has some great lines, though.
Hold on real quick. What did Jason vote for?
What did Jason vote for?
I voted for Yeti.
Yeah, it's 3-1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't mean anything.
Well, no,
You're
you do, 'cause
meaningless.
We have possible
I'm going
votes.
for it's 4-1 Yeti. Let the Yeti.
Yeti.
He's pretty important.
4-1.
right. Next
Tom
up,
got really disappointed there
I
when
did.
it wasn't
Yeah,
the,
all right, whatever.
the deciding vote.
This one's real sad because I like both of these, but obviously I like this one a lot better. But, Figment versus Food Wrapper. Jason, which Epcot one do you want?
Now see, this is tough because they're both at Epcot, and they're actually, I mean, they're next door neighbors, right? So the question is, which Figment is it? Is it the like the original one, or
Any
is it
Figment you want in history, technically?
then Figment?
Okay. Patrick?
I mean, come on now.
Ron?
There it is.
Ron?
Oh, it's Figment, 100%.
Nick?
Figment.
Figment. Sorry, you got to read the label.
It's our third
And it reads
shutout.
5-0 Figment. All right.
All right, so we're by the way, we're on our home stretch here, but so we're winding down. So if you do have a vote and you want to make it tonight, if you're thinking about doing it, you're going to have to call in pretty soon here, 407-774-8255. Just a few matchups left.
Next up, it is the Little Orange Bird versus Dr. Marsh.
Now, this is, you want to talk about a tough decision. This may be my toughest decision. But as much as I love the Dinosaur pre-show, I think that pre-show's made by Dr. Seeker. It's not made by Marsh, so I'm going to go with Little Orange Bird.
Okay. Patrick?
Does Little Orange Bird actually qualify? Wasn't it something before it was in Disney?
No, it was created for.
It was created for and by Disney, but
okay,
it was not a Disney property.
I'm gonna go with Claire Huxtable. She went through a lot. Husband's in bad shape.
Ron?
Yeah, just to annoy some fanboys, I'm gonna go with Seeker.
You mean Dr. Marsh?
Marsh, yeah.
Whatever.
Nick?
This is the first one I almost don't care like which one was on because I don't really care for either one to any great degree. So, but I like the fact that Dr. Marsh is tied into one of my more favorite rides, which is Dinosaur. So I'm going to go with Marsh.
You know, I'm not always the biggest Little Orange Bird advocate, but sometimes he's kind of cute. And Dr. Marsh is mean to Dr. Seeker, who's my favorite. So it's going to be 3-2 Dr. Marsh.
All right.
How far below the cutoff point was the little quesadilla bird?
Yeah. He was not an original
do
character.
The WDWNT character.
Yes.
Tournament next year.
It's going to be like
to see where
whiny and
Patrick
venti.
ranks.
Oh, man. All right.
Next up, this is a really tough one. It is Patrick, your chief flight attendant, versus the computer room lady from Spaceship Earth with the afro.
Now, see, both are from Epcot, right? So it's tough for me. And actually, the computer room lady is in my favorite attraction, but the computer room lady replaced, that whole refurb replaced a much better version of the attraction. So, in protest against Judi Dench, basically, I can't vote for the computer room lady. I gotta go with Patrick.
This is both tough and not. I mean, I love the fact, like, if the computer room lady moved on, but she is more, I don't like, for lack of a better way, she's just like a novelty. Like, we like her because it's an odd part of that attraction.
Yeah.
It's just
And she has those boots.
Yeah.
Those boots were made for walking.
I mean, we like it, but more because we make fun of the look of it. But I think Patrick is just incredible in that role. And
Thank you.
He's a wonderful, wonderful actor, and I can't imagine the attraction without him. So there you
Might
go.
have to.
No, come on. He must have re-recorded something.
They must keep Patrick Warburton. Patrick moves on.
Ron?
Yeah, Patrick Warburton has one of the best comic deliveries of anybody out there. And we've given the boots to the goat now, so there's no reason to keep the computer room lady around.
Hey, computer room lady, hope you have your seatbelt, carrying item, safety strap, fear of... Never mind, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Patrick, 5-0, Patrick.
Yay, me!
Not you.
Yay, Patrick.
Patrick, I'd pick you over the computer room.
Well, thanks, buddy. I'd pick you over most of these people, too.
Well, wait.
For Figment.
Hold on! We're receiving word from someone. Of something. Maybe.
I thought Nick just picked up to call Imagineering to make sure Warburton's still in it.
Oh, hold on. I think we got 2 calls.
2 calls? Look at that. Nick is busy on the phones.
Something's happening. You can see it. You can see Nick is furiously writing.
I think he's ordering dinner for when you guys get out of here.
11:24 at night. Who's eating? Let's see. Do we have breaking news?
He's excited.
Oh! Nick, what's happening? Your mic's not on. There you go.
Oh boy! All right, let me check. So we had a call from Jeff.
Yeah.
Who put in a vote for the groundskeeper with dog?
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Which bumps them back over.
It's 5-4. Yeah.
The hitchhiking ghosts, which was actually turned around by a previous vote. We also have a vote in for the redhead.
Oh man!
Wow!
Matt Golden.
Are we going to eliminate the ghost host in the first round?
Matt Golden with the vote for the redhead, which gives her 4 votes. The ghost host has 3. So as of right now, the redhead is moving on. Thank you for your calls. We have just a few more matchups left. So if you want to create more chaos, give us a call 407.
Sure have.
774-8255.
Wow. Anyway. All right, next up. William and Morris from the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management versus John of the Carousel of Progress.
Is this really a difficult decision? It's not for me. I will not ever vote for anything under new management.
So 1 for John. Nick?
I'm voting for John easily here. That's one of my more favorite attractions, more favorite people.
Patrick?
I hope that, it should be John, but I'm going to throw a vote for William and Morris so they don't get shut out.
All right, 2-1. Ron?
It's actually a really tough one for me. I actually loved that pre-show, and I loved working that pre-show. But John's got to go on, I think. Since Patrick already gave them a sympathy vote, I'm going with John. Is Tom muted?
Tom is muted. Tom, you're muted.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right. Sorry about that. Quick momentary hiccup. So where were we? I'm lost now. Ron was going. Ron, what'd you pick?
I went with John.
Okay. So it's 3-1 for John.
3-1.
I'm going to go with William and Morris just because Phil Hartman is such a wonderful guy, and he really wanted to be in a Disney attraction. And as much as I love John, I love Phil Hartman. Not that it's making a difference anyway. So it's 3-2, John from Carousel of Progress over William and Morris. But yeah, love me some Phil Hartman.
I was really close going that way.
Uh-oh, it looks like Nick's on the phone again. What's about to happen here? Let's see.
Doesn't look good.
Do we have some breaking news?
What's
happened, Nick?
We just turned around a couple matchups there.
A couple?
All right, Heather called in to vote for the Hitchhiking Ghost.
Oh,
wow!
So it's now 6-5.
Which now puts the Hitchhiking Ghost, 6-5 over the Groundskeeper with Dog once again. And then we had Ryan call in, who voted for the Ghost Host.
All right, that one I'm okay with.
Order restored.
Turning that one back around, putting the Ghost Host back ahead of the Redhead 5 to 4. So as of right now, the Ghost Host is moving on and the Hitchhiking Ghost, but you guys still have a chance to call in and change that. Now, I've been on the phone. Did Patrick move on, Soren?
Yeah.
Okay, and who moved on? William and Morris and John.
John 3-2 over.
John 3-2. All right.
All right. Great movie ride, Gangster versus Nigel Channing. Nigel Channing's got 3 attractions: Journey into Your Imagination, Journey into Imagination with Figment, and Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
And as much as I hate all of those attractions, and even though Nigel Channing's at Epcot, it's not good. It's not good. I'm going with the Gangster.
All right, 1-0 Gangster. Ron.
As much as I love jokes about Jersey, sorry, Jason.
Jason doesn't live in Jersey. Justin does.
I like jokes about Jersey too.
Yeah.
It's just a bad character, and Nigel Channing's a bad character, but just being Eric Idle is going to sway it just that little bit.
All right, 1-1. Patrick.
Again, I can't put anybody else in here. Like, the little orange bird could survive in this spot. Oh, God. Nigel Channing's an abomination to God and man. Give me the Gangster.
All right, 2-1 Gangster. Nick.
Nigel Channing's one of the worst things ever. Gangster.
3-1 Gangster. The New Yorker in me really hates the Gangster, but the person who loves Golden Age Hollywood and understands that it's actually pretty accurate loves it. So 4-1 for the Gangster. I hope Nigel Channing is safely seated inside the theater seat. GMR Gangster, moving on. Child actor, the little girl from Tower of Terror versus the Fun Meister from Pleasure Island. A child versus a place they cannot go. Pleasure Island. Oh, wait!
All right, we got a vote in right now. So, what was the final vote on the Gangster versus Channing?
4-1.
4-1. All right. Well, somebody, Andrew called in and voted for the Gangster. Wants to give them some more votes to make sure.
Oh, okay.
Make sure the Gangster.
6-1. I think it's over.
That's what I thought. So,
he may have wasted his call.
Well, that's all right. He wanted to make sure. Maybe all his other stuff was already out.
Maybe.
So Andrew wanted to absolutely make sure that the Gangster was on.
All right.
That's all right. And,
well, Funmeister versus Child Actor.
Somebody in the chat just wanted to recap on the Little Orange Bird versus Dr. Marsh. I know Marsh won that. Was that a 3-2?
3-2 Marsh over Orange Bird. Yeah. So now we're doing the Child Actor from Tower versus the Funmeister. Pleasure Island.
Yeah, so this one, I'm sure, Tom, you can probably guess who I'm going to pick on this one. One of them doesn't exist anymore. And
she died, the little girl, so I mean...
Spoilers!
Aww.
What? In the attraction, the elevator crashes.
Oh.
Not in real life. I'm sure she's alive.
Right. Okay. But the Funmeister was unceremoniously bulldozed. So I'm going with the Funmeister.
Ron?
I'm going with the Funmeister just because he always reminds me of the Mac Tonight.
Mac Tonight!
Yes!
God, Mac Tonight.
They still have the animatronic of that at the...
It's still at the new McDonald's, yeah. It's there.
Is it really?
It is. They kept it.
Huh.
Yeah. Patrick?
I do not want Mac Tonight, so I'll take the little girl to move on.
2-1. Nick.
Funmeister helped me through many a great evenings at Pleasure Island, so...
You know, the girl in Tower that when she sings the, it's raining, it's pouring, it's really cool. And you're about to fall, and it makes sense. But only one of these characters looked like Mac Tonight!
Come on!
It's the Funmeister! Woo! Funmeister 4-1!
Where's the grimace in this competition?
I don't know. Hooter's eliminated, isn't he? Yeah, we knocked Hooter out already. Anyway, next up, this one's gonna kill everyone in here.
I hate you for this one.
It's
Sunny
killing me.
Eclipse versus Captain EO, 2 space cadets of musical sound. Let's see what everybody thinks.
As kind of hard as this one is, it's not even close in my head. Sunny Eclipse, I'll be with him to the grave. He is my favorite park character in all of Walt Disney World.
Wow.
On the planet Zork.
He's entertaining. Love him. And he's there anytime. No wait. Just go.
Captain EO had no wait.
Don't have to go through anything.
Sometimes there's a wait for Sunny Eclipse.
If for a table, that's true.
Listening to WDW tunes back in the day, Sunny Eclipse bit always brought me lots of joy, and I still go and enjoy. Well, I don't enjoy, but I eat there and enjoy listening to Sunny. So Sunny.
All right, it's 2-0 Sunny. Jason, I know you love both of these very much.
Yeah, he owns an Epcot.
This is.
No, Jason loves Sunny Eclipse though.
This is the hardest matchup of tonight.
Oh, hold that thought.
Uh-oh.
All right, we just got a call in from Barbara, who is putting a vote in for Clyde and Claude.
Oh, Clyde and Claude! Back on top.
Yep, that lifts them back up over Jose.
Wow.
Lots of going back and forth on some of these matchups. This is great. You listeners are doing wonderful tonight.
Yeah. So Sunny Eclipse, Captain EO, what are we? We're at 2-0. Jason, what do you think?
I don't know how. As much as I like Sunny Eclipse, I don't know how you can't vote for the captain. I mean, one of them's dead and one of them's not. So there you go. If you need an excuse,
surprising one of them's still alive, considering they eat at Cosmic Rays all the time. 2-1, Ron.
I'd like to go on about how much Captain EO touched me as a child, but that seems inappropriate.
Oh my lord! Wow.
But Captain EO has to move on. He was a great show.
Tom, you're the tiebreaker on this one.
I can't believe it.
Come on, Tom, do the right thing.
I'm gonna have to use my call-in vote.
I guess I'm gonna have to be the Space Angel on this one. I like Captain EO. I've only liked it because it's a really terrible show and it's corny, and I like that. But I love Sunny Eclipse's set. It's so good.
It is.
It's better than most real animatronic attractions. I'm voting Sunny Eclipse.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, we're down to the last one, so people, if they
All
don't
right,
call
please
in,
call in. Please call in and vote for Captain EO.
No,
don't do that. No. Do something else.
All right, last one. The alien from Alien Encounter versus the Dreamfinder. Ron, what are you thinking?
Dreamfinder, but I still wonder if Captain EO is going to be revived in the next round for an encore show.
But just for one more round. Then it'll be knocked out by a short film festival. But anyway. Patrick.
It's Dreamfinder. It's not some bootleg alien that was supposed to be another alien.
Jason.
Dreamfinder.
Nick.
Dreamfinder.
Yeah, as much as I like Alien Encounter, definitely the Dreamfinder 5-0 into the next round.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to do a quick recap. You have until I am done with this recap to call in at 407-774-8255. Then we're getting out of here finally. All right, score of 6-5. The groundskeeper. Oh no, that's the Hitchhiking Ghost are winning. I'm sorry. Hitchhiking Ghost over the groundskeeper currently. I'm going to double check with Nick on that one. He's on the phone right now, so we're going to change something anyway.
Oh.
Let's see. No. We still got to take one from the chat, too.
Yeah, just a reminder, everybody, you only get one vote. So if you already used it, can't call in again.
All right. So, Nick, is that right? 6-5 Hitchhiking Ghost over Groundkeeper right now?
Yes.
Yep. Buzzy over Trader Sam, 3-2. The Goat over the Carnotaur, 3-2. The Sea Serpent over the Terminator, 4-1. The Spaceship Earth Caveman over Madame Leota, Ron, 3-2. Skippy over Nine-Eye, 3-2. The Timekeeper over Chester and Hester, 4-1. Ali Sansan over Ham and Eggs, 3-2. Dr. Seeker over the Sleeping Pigs, 5-0. The Goostroids over Mr. Broccoli, 3-2. Clyde and Claude over Jose, 5-4. The Three-Headed Troll over Rover, 4-1. Warden Wilson Matua over Tom Morrow 2.0, 3-2. The Ghost Host over the Redhead, 5-4. Bill McKim over the Spectromen, 4-1. The Dog with Keys over Bill the Drunk, 3-2.
That's so funny. Out of context, this sounds amazing.
In context, it sounds amazing. Captain Rex over the Hippo, 5-0. Sir over Hooter, 4-1. Bonnie Appetit over the Cowboy, 4-1. Henry over the Manager, 4-1. Big Al over the Geese, 4-1. Melvin, Buff, and Max over General Knowledge, 4-1. This sounds so stupid. I'm evaluating my life right now. Waldo C. Graphic over the Robot Butler, 3-2. The Yeti over Constance, 4-1.
Oh, we actually did this.
A Little Purple Dragon beat a rapper, 5-0. A science doctor defeated a not talking citrus bird, 3-2. Your chief flight attendant over the lady with an afro, 5-0.
And boots.
John from the Carousel of Progress over William and Morris, 3-2. Great movie ride gangster with the biggest win of the night, 6-1 over Nigel Channing because he's that bad. The child actor from Tower of Terror lost to the Funmeister, 4-1.
Terrible.
Sunny Eclipse over Captain EO, 3-2.
Quickly close the vote.
You got 1 second to call in, folks. The Dream Finder over the Alien, 5-0. All right, we got to pick one from the chat. Nick, what are you thinking on this one? Which one do we want to sway?
Oh, I don't know.
Which one are we not feeling okay?
You don't have to decide now.
We do. We got to pick a winner because we got to sway the vote.
I mean, personally, I'm most upset that the Redhead doesn't move on.
No, I'm not letting you have that one, Nick.
I know.
We got to agree on it.
I'm most upset that Captain EO doesn't move on.
No one asked you.
Nick, can I sway you on? Can I sway you on Little Orange Bird?
You know what? That's probably the weirdest one that didn't move on. Like the.
I want to see Figment versus Orange.
Yeah, that would be a great matchup. Let's do it. Let's move Orange Bird on.
Did anyone vote for Orange Bird? Do we know?
I'm looking.
Okay, it's gonna be a little while ago.
Still gives people a few minutes to call in.
We're gonna see if somebody did.
No, I don't see one.
Oh, no one did. We can't do that one.
All right.
All right. We got to look for another one then.
I know you liked Bill the Drunk.
I did, but I'm okay with the dog moving on.
How about some Mr. Broccoli? Did anyone vote for Mr. Broccoli?
Mr. Broccoli. It was 3-2.
Wouldn't mind Nine Eye and Skippy doing something there.
No, I'm not touching that.
Not touching that.
Hooter got a vote.
No, we're not touching that. We all got to agree.
There is a vote for Orange Bird in the chat.
There is?
Sunny Eclipse says Little Orange Bird in the Sunshine Tree. It
but
wasn't in all caps, so he might not have been.
No.
But then there's an anonymous person that said go Orange Bird.
Well, that's not what we said. I vote for.
Yeah, it's got to be I vote for, and then the name, and all of it's got to be in all caps.
You know, there is a I vote for Ham and Eggs in there.
Trader Sam.
Where's Trader Sam? Oh, Trader Sam we could sway.
Trader Sam over Buzzy? I'm okay with that. I don't love it.
No, I don't know if he'll have a good chance. I want to at least give someone a chance that's going to do something.
I don't know. I mean,
who lost that we think has a chance?
Carnotaurus has got a vote.
I don't know. I'm okay with the goat. That was a close match. All right, let's figure this out. Now.
Robot Butler.
Is there a vote for Robot Butler?
There was an I vote for Robot Butler.
Yes, there is.
Who is it?
Mac Badger.
I like that name too. All right, fine.
Done.
You've swayed me. We will change that. We're going to sway the vote. Robot Butler over Waldo C. Graphic.
Yes!
And Nick, what do they have to do to claim their prize?
Go ahead and just go ahead and email. We'll give them my email, nick@wdwnt.com.
There you go, nick@wdwnt.com. Mac Badger, thank you for swaying the vote. So the Robot Butler are going to be moving on instead.
So if you guys wouldn't mind typing that in the chat there, let him know. Hopefully he's listening by now anyway, if he didn't doze off by now. No, this was great. I think we redeemed ourselves, Tom.
I think so.
I think
we're 44 minutes over.
This was super fun.
It was the longest show ever.
It was much worth it, and hope everybody out there enjoyed it. But all good things have to come to an end.
Conclusion next week, and we're going to do that shirt voting.
Yeah.
Too. It should be fun.
So just stay tuned to WDWNT.com for details.
So that's it, and I'll leave you with this. Remember, kids, the ding dang.
Dedicated to doing that. Talk to your financial advisors.